like Disney's.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to MinusOneCharisma Dungeons and Dragons stream. It's Monday night, and you know what Monday is?
Fun day?
The day where
Monday at the Monster Truck Rally.
Someday.
Oh, thanks, Elias.
No, it's
So what is Monday?
20 months?
Yeah, well,
Damn.
that's crazy.
20 months? Oh my
That's
goodness
longer
gracious.
than
Wow, that's
19
impressive.
months, guys.
Maybe
Wow.
even longer than 17. You never know.
Holy crap.
Have we even been playing for 20 months?
I know.
So-
Are you
I think
even
Elias has
alive
been.
Right.
for 20 months?
That's
I don't know.
wild. Thank
That's
you.
weird.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It depends if a month is.
Monster Truck Rally, get out of here.
Oh, God.
Monday.
Thank you for the gift, Elias, to Monster Truck Rally. Oh man. We are down 2 players tonight, but they're inconsequential players, so we don't really mind.
True.
We don't care.
Daye and
These are
Cullen
all the
are out.
important people.
Daye, as we know, is on her honeymoon
Heyo.
in somewhere, and Cullen is also on his honeymoon. Just kidding, he's sick. That wasn't his.
Ah.
I was gonna make a joke about him being sick, but then I was like, nah, that's kind of in poor taste. And then I realized I was already.
But you kind of did it anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Weird. Gethron
almost
also
like that was
20
a-
months. I guess
I
so.
think that
was-
For 20 months.
Thank you.
Is that our...
I think that might have been Cullen's plan or James's plan all along to make that was the joke.
The joke. The whole thing is a joke. It's all one big joke.
See?
I'm just.
Mastermind.
All right.
This
We
joke
got a
brought
lot.
to you by Monster Trucks.
It's like we get
Monster
to the end and
Trucks.
Elazar turns out wasn't the Deathless. He actually was dead the whole time, and it was just like, oops.
Oh, he was
Poor
dead.
choice of
Ah, shoot.
nicknames.
Mistranslation. It was Elazar the Dead.
Yeah, everyone just always mistranslated.
So weird. It's just
But
thousands
he
of
owns he owns the domain name for Deathless, so like no one can change it now. So it's like
Yeah.
awkward.
Elazar starts GoDaddy.
Kodashi.
He's not really dead. He's just on the internet, just trying to support small businesses.
Oh.
What's the difference?
Oh.
Wow.
All right. Let's play some D&D. How about that?
I mean, if you
Yeah.
want.
yeah,
I guess so. Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
it's an option.
I mean, I have other things I could be doing, but whatever.
Is that Boba?
Boba!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's all go get boba.
No.
Oh,
Hey guys, sorry.
Oh.
Tonight we're
Oh.
we're gonna go get boba. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.
Not to derail us. I had boba for the first time not too long ago. There's a place down the street from us now.
For the
And
first
I-
time.
Damn.
Yeah, I may have had it a long time ago. I don't know. The tapioca balls, they don't do it for me.
Okay,
I know.
Oh.
that's
Controversial. take.
fine. Try aloe. Try like a fruit tea with aloe vera.
It's not a burn. I want.
It's like crunchy and like
Sustenance.
mildly sweet. You don't understand. Okay, Jay, I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Yeah, try a milkshake with some Neosporin. It's great.
Shut up.
A milkshake with Neosporin.
I hate it here.
I also do not like consuming things that feel like eyeballs. All right, Elias.
Probably tougher
All
than
right.
eyeballs. I don't know. I'm not sure what the texture of.
I think he had too many of them.
There was an excessive amount of tapioca.
Never enough
in the one that I
tapioca
had.
balls.
No, it's way too much.
All right, you
Way too
guys jumped on a ship, left the Elabrum, tall spires in the middle of a desert. You left Hojo, a gambling town far, far behind. Up 2 aspects of Elazar. The Guardian, and... Does anyone else remember the other name? Einbach?
Einbach.
Yes.
Einbach.
I have it written down.
Were you
That's
testing
time
us?
to
Were we
say
supposed,
answer.
were we supposed to raise our
Testing.
hands?
did he
Call and response. Yeah. Elazar, a near god deity that you guys had disappeared thousands of years ago, and now you're finding that he kind of disappeared because he ripped himself into 10 pieces to keep out this danger, the Seraphim, this
nerd
group of people that, or beings from what looks like outer space that have threatened Aventide. But what he did is he sealed them away, and now they can no longer infect Aventide with their chaos as he saw it. And so you guys know that the kind of prisons that the Seraphim had been held in have been breaking down slowly. And now the worlds that he had split apart are now seeping into Aventide slowly. And so you guys are on a quest now to collect the 10 pieces of Elazar that you had that he had at one point split apart. And part of that is you generally know you had seen on a map using some of the Seraphim technology whereabouts on the world map that these aspects of Elazar were, I guess, pinging from using some sort of almost echolocation of the spirit realm. And you had seen that there was a portal to one of these pocket dimensions that Elazar had shut himself in, and you saw it was way out in the middle of the ocean to the east, far, far to the east, where on modern maps there's seemingly nothing. So you guys headed to Zurroc, the nearest coastal town, an industrious town full of stoned, masoned housing and a little bit of ash that kind of just always hangs in the air. All this whole town, very industrious, rows set into blocks of houses, all the houses the same, one main road going down, heading south to this giant mine. You know that Zurroc exports lots of iron, metals, and coals. And this is a place you just landed. You had paid that dockmaster for a week's time, and you guys step off into Zurroc.
Sort of dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder
Little
what
bit.
it's a mining town. I wonder what they're mining around here.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find out, I suppose.
Are there any signs of that, actually, where we're at even, James? Would I know, or would anybody know what they're mining in these mountains?
For the most part, you guys know that, like, most of the world's supply of iron comes out of Zurroc. Iron, lots and lots of coal, and some precious gems. Zurroc has the crag, which generally you would know is this massive mine, these giant windings of tunnels. It's pretty well known, although most people haven't seen it before. And you guys can see far to the south, towards where you assume the crag would be. You see this plume of black smoke, as if they're burning coal, and that black smoke kind of rises into the air and mixes with these grayish clouds that are letting down a light rain, and the ash itself kind of falls down slowly. And so this whole town is kind of covered in these ashy kind of gray. And you notice along the big streets there's these little almost sewer-like gullies. Then the rainfall kind of flows down the streets to the side and out, little gutters almost. You assume this town has been set up to drain specifically, and it's been raining kind of lightly since you got here, so you can assume that this place gets a ton of water year-round.
Before we get off the ship, you had mentioned last week that there's an Alistar ship also docked over here, right?
Yes. There's a large Alistar cargo ship.
I want to just kind of watch what they're doing for a while. A, to see if we see Ashen Riders, but B, just to kind of gauge what they're doing. Maybe if they're bringing iron or something onto their ship or offloading things, etc.
Yeah, so far it's just docked out far out in like a little bay area. This town is kind of just on this little enclave. It seems to be just anchored offshore. When you immediately land, you can see a few Alistar employees in their. They have like a uniform. It's just like a fine clothing wear, and they have the symbol of the Alistar family, a crest on it. Some people are moving about the town here and there, but not too many. And there are no Ashen Riders here,
Good.
Good sign.
at least that you can see.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here for supplies, rations. Does anybody else need anything? Maybe in town.
Oh, I'm down to go shopping.
Check out some shops.
I want to go like get some snacks.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I like that idea. Snacks are good. Snacks are good.
I like
Oh,
that. And
what if we made like a whole welcome back table for Trust for when she wakes up?
Ooh.
That's a
yeah.
good idea. I like that.
It's a great idea.
it is.
All right, cool.
We'll have to do
We can have a
just-
party.
just-
Do you think that they have like what are party things? I'm trying to remember the place that we went to where the
Maybe,
party,
like-
the ball that we went to.
The Founders Ball?
What are stuff that they had there for like decorations? Do you think they had
Well-
stuff like that?
Like maybe flowers.
Yeah, they had
And some twisty vine things with.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are colorful,
I'm-
toasty vine things.
I can do a bit of arts and crafts tonight when we get back and just make it look a little nice, and we'll get some flowers in town maybe, and lots of food. There's lots
Had
of food
those
at
like
the Founders Ball,
floaty
so-
air balls.
Floaty air balls.
Yeah.
Okay, I can figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like tied to a string. They're just like a ball that floated in the air. Those were cool.
Right. I'll
Magic?
get some cool balls. You got it. That hang.
Well,
All
you
right.
like tie them with the string so that they don't fly away.
Yeah. Of course. Yep.
The only other
but
thing
just-
I want to do is see if there's anything we can pick up in town that we could trade somewhere else later. Maybe bring in some more money for
Sure.
our endeavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I would just recommend everyone keep in mind wherever you go, any shops you go to, anybody you meet that's in town, if you could try to ask around about any kind of lore that people know in the area about the sea, the Sinalta Sea, I believe it's called, right? About that, any lore, any kind of cool stories that might, bring us in a direction of where we need to go when we get out there. That would be really helpful. So keep that in mind.
For the what is east of here, right? Like northeast of here, just the open
yes.
sea. There's okay.
If there's any like cool stories or lore about the sea, any kind of cool
Monsters,
islands or monsters or
islands.
something, yeah. But don't make it obvious, but just ask around about cool stories,
Hi, I'm a pirate.
You don't like
Yes,
at all.
Steve.
Does there happen to be any? Because I'm used to going to towns and getting information for my past jobs. Is there any like workers' taverns or bars or anything like that where?
Roll me an investigation.
Okay. Use the Bobby dice. There we go.
Nice.
Hmm.
Pulling up D&D Beyond. Say 14 plus.
Okay.
Right.
It's a good start.
Mine
Plus
is
negative 13.
You said
Damn.
what was it that you said?
Investigation.
Investigation. So that's 16. 16.
16 total. Yeah, you see a few bars. You see there's a lot of blue-collar looking men and women in this town. And there aren't very many taverns. In fact, you only see one inn on this whole strip. And you see a few taverns. Probably your best bet would be, to to try and find whoever's the drunkest, maybe.
Yep.
You'll have the loosest
So-
lips. That's generally the easiest people, and then branch out from there.
I'm
but
gonna
you see a few
turn to the
people-
team. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go get drunk with a bunch of miners. Wait. You get what I mean? I'm gonna go. Bye.
Yeah.
Curious
Okay,
fellow,
uh,
that Steve.
And
Yeah.
there's a few taverns. The first tavern you see is
People oversee. I mean,
It's 50-50 chance, really.
That was a mistake. Did not
Proud.
occur to me until after I said it. I was like, wait.
Oh, you
You're
said
way
it
too
right.
smart to have not made that joke. Don't sell yourself
Yeah,
short.
come on.
Okay. You know exactly what you're doing, you little.
Anyways, you see a few taverns. One of the taverns called Ken Dolls. It has a little bit of music coming out of it. Nothing high energy, just a solemn music, almost like from a lower pitched flute someone's playing. And then there's another tavern that's a little bit livelier, just conversation wise. It might just be a little bit more full, but it's called the Ingot and Hammer.
That one sounds good.
The Ingot and Hammer. Okay, you guys see Steve wandering over to the Ingot and Hammer. It's a large-ish tavern, and you guys notice that these taverns again made of that same gray stone. These buildings almost identical, covered in a light layer of ash. What are the rest of you guys doing while he's going off?
I was going to listen, or is there anybody on the dock that looks like they're about to leave to go hunt something or go into the open sea? Somebody with like a lot of provisions, or I don't know, any side.
You
sort of
see some
clues
people
or-
fishing.
Mhm.
But you also notice that most of the people here that are fishing, the men and women here, they tend to be very broad. Shoulders are built, backs are built, and these people don't look normally, all human, but they just look like they work. And you can see a lot of them just have dirt under their nails, and almost like in their cuticles and such. Like, these people are, you assume most of the people here are miners. And the people who are maybe
Guys, my nerves.
most of the people here work in
Become an issue.
in a mine. And some
Legally
people are
based off
fishing.
of their age,
Here.
or
Yeah. There's a certain age where they become miners.
If you replace the O with an E, it's a rite of passage.
Yeah. There's not many boats here. There are a few small rowboats, nothing with sails here and there. Other than the two ships docked, those big cargo ships docked pretty far out, and some skiffs that look like they go with those big cargo ships, not many boats. And there's only a handful of people out here fishing. No one's stocked, no one really adventurous looking.
Yeah. Ow. Dang. I think I'll wander with Steve slightly behind him where he can't see me and just make sure he doesn't get into any trouble.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna try to be as
Cal-wise-
sneaky as I can just to see if he like catches on, see how
Alright.
aware he is,
Cal-wise,
you know?
Cornelia, roll me a stealth check.
Can I roll
Cal-wise,
for
Rezik,
perception
Pup,
while that
What
happens?
are you guys doing? Well, you have a passive perception.
That's true, I do. Just
I'm going to see specifically if there's something we can sell or pick up that's like a commodity here that would be sold other places.
Okay.
I don't know where I would do such thing, but I imagine if we wander around for long enough, we'll find a place. And if someone wants to join me, you're more than welcome.
All right. Melissa, what'd you get?
Yeah.
At 21.
Oh. Steve, that's a new place. You're excited. You've got your attentions elsewhere.
yeah.
And Rezik.
Better not
I
try to pick my
also-
pocket again.
I also just want to, can I do like a couple things at a time? I just want to like keep an eye out for any suspicious activity, like whenever it.
Suspicious in what way?
Like if there's like kind of the people in town, if they look just like normal workers, or if there's like an exchange of, I don't know, like mean looking people in alleys,
Okay.
just shady
just
people.
trying to get like a maybe like a read on
general
the culture
vibe.
of this place.
Yeah.
Doing a vibe
okay.
check.
Okay. Vibe check.
Roll for
Rezik,
vibe check.
what are you doing?
So yeah, I see everybody's kind of spreading out and doing their own thing, and I see that I'm kind of left, Pup's kind of left, and Pup. Last time we were in a town and they were alone, got into a little bit of trouble. So I'm gonna just kind of keep an eye on Pup and follow them around, and just they want to like go shopping or whatever, and just hang out with them. I'm also gonna tell Eva, which is weird, because I've been basically bound to Eva. Our souls have been bound together for the longest time now. I'm going to ask Eva. So I'm going to go with Pup. Did you... This is weird to ask you. Did you want to come with us? You can stay if you want to now. You don't have to go with me. You can do whatever you want, which is different. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know. I didn't think about this. It's weird because usually I can just go to sleep for hours and hours and hours, and now I have to find something to do in between.
Yeah, do you get tired now? Do you feel like you have to go to bed now? Like, or how does that work?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Listening to Dresden, I get tired.
Yeah. That's
chasing
non-stop.
Chasing around Taika, I get tired. I think I'm just getting used to it. I might just stay on the boat this time and see what's going on. I think maybe it's best for me to just stay here where it's safer.
Again, this is weird, but yeah, you can stay here and just make sure to check in with Eric Karate once in a while, make sure that everything on the boat's doing well, and I trust and believe in you, Eva. All right.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Kate,
I fell asleep. Psych, my camera died.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
It's rolling death save.
No.
Roll a death save for your camera.
I rolled a 3, but I have a negative 20 to it, so that's gonna be it.
That's tough. That's a tough roll.
TLDR, Pup is following their nose.
Following
I'm
their
following Pup.
nose. All right, Pup. Even though we can't see you, we can smell you, and that's what matters. Hey, Pup, you smell two things, neither of which are particularly sweet in any way. One, you smell what smells like a vegetable stew. Very plain kind of vegetable stew. And on the other side, you smell what smells like maybe like a meat and potatoes with cheese.
I just follow to wherever that location is.
Well, they kind of are coming from two different sides.
Potato cheese.
Potato and cheese.
Yeah, vegetables.
So Rezik, you start following Pup, and Pup's nose takes her into the ingot and hammer. Right behind Cornelia, who's following Steve. You guys make a little train.
Nice.
Interestingly enough. And Kelwise, you see a big building that looks almost governmental, and it has a big pickaxe on it, and it says the Trade Association. It's really the only kind of building of business that isn't maybe a you notice it because there's no kiosks or people selling things anywhere. Everything seems to be regimented in these shops, and these shops seem to be very specific. One's a blacksmith, one's a carpentry shop. Everything, even cobblers and such, seem to have a very specific building, and there seems to be like one of everything. And this is maybe the only place that has anything different about it that you maybe not know what's inside.
Before heading in there, I caught that there was a couple taverns, but was there a brewery in town? Because
You don't see a brewery.
worked in the past.
At
Oh,
least
Mm.
up front, you don't see a brewery. There might be
Yeah.
one somewhere in town. It's just not on this row.
Drinking and mining go hand in hand, so somewhere, someone's
Mhm.
making hooch.
And you can smell, and you've seen a few people with ales in their hands, so people are drinking, especially those fishermen. The fishermen seem to have some of them their own little like pony keg
Oh.
type.
Well then,
business.
before I go into the government building, let's go have a conversation with the fishermen, my people.
Okay, yeah, you walk over to
Hey, my people.
a woman. She's maybe mid to late 20s. She's got really, really short hair. It's a little matted. It's a little dirty. She's got some dirt on her face. And she's just sitting with this pony keg with another young man. They seem to be just drinking, not talking, but with poles in the water, just hanging out. And both of them have these little, what look like, they're not hoods, full hoods. They just these little, almost leaf-looking sheets tied under their heads, and it just kind of keeps the rain off of their face.
I'll wander up. Hello, friends.
Hello. What can I do
What
for
you catching?
Oh, not much. Not much.
That's too bad. Looks like a good
More
spot,
drinking.
though.
More drinking than fishing.
Yeah, well, that's sometimes how fishing goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Oh, just some ale.
Oh, is it from somewhere in town?
Yeah. Kilroy makes all the
Where-
ale here.
So you have a shop or something? I was interested in maybe getting some. See, we're new to town. We just pulled up in that ship over there, and I was thinking about maybe loading up some kegs and taking them off to the next port, seeing if I can't sell them.
Well, might be hard to do. Might not be worth it. Here. And she kind of pours you a little bit. And then she hands you an ale. And you notice, you look at the ale and you're like, it smells strong, for one, and very hoppy. Very
Okay.
hoppy. It's kind of dark, too. And you take a sip, and it's very bitter. And it smells. It's almost as if the ingredients weren't super high end, and the water itself wasn't high end, and everything down to the brewing process seems to be fast and rushed, made for mass consumption, not for taste per se. But
Yeah.
they seem to be drinking it, and they don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, it's not the best tasting thing I've ever had, but it's
Yeah,
strong,
well, that's what
and it'll do the
most
trick.
people say that when they come
Yeah, well, taste isn't everything, I suppose. If you're just aiming to have a good time, then strength matters most, I would suppose.
in. Yeah. Well, you could probably get a keg or two if you want.
I think I
But,
might. Would you,
Don't know that it would sell for much.
well, sometimes it's about where it's from, not necessarily how it tastes. You sell the story, really. That's the most important part.
Well, the
And,
story is the ale in Zurroc is the worst in the world. We wear it as a badge of honor here.
I think that's a fine story, actually. I don't know. Most people go for the best, but maybe there's something psychological about turning it around and saying this is the worst in the world. And
Well, it takes
I
a
might-
stone stomach to drink in Zurroc.
I'm just making notes of this takes a stone stomach to drink in Zurroc. Okay, worst ale in the world. Okay. Yeah. Well, remind me again the brewer's name.
Kilroy.
Kilroy. And where'd I go about finding him?
Oh, he's outside of town, I suppose.
Outside
Follow
of
the road
town.
south. You'll find him.
Is that near the mine?
On your way. A little to the east. You'll see a big wooden house.
Okay. A little to the east.
One of the only
south
ones.
and east. Ah, yeah. I noticed there's not a lot of wooden houses around here. A lot of stone.
Yeah, it rains so much. Easier to build out of stone. You know?
It does make some sense. And just out of curiosity, thank you again for your time, by the way. Any other things I should know about town? Just going to be here for a few days. Figured if there's sights to see or people to meet or business to do, that's what we're here for.
Are you into moving coal or iron? Metals?
Perhaps.
Ores?
Might not hurt. Yeah.
Well,
Why not?
that's why people come here.
Okay. And who would we
So if
speak
you're
to
into
about
that-
that?
Well, you talk to the trade association about that. They do all the deals for the town.
Makes sense. Do you need a guild? A local guild to move some iron?
No, just some gold.
Just some gold. That's what I like to hear.
She kind of looks at your boat that you guys got off on, and she goes, although I don't know how much iron you're going to move with that thing.
It'd be a first, so I couldn't tell you either, to be totally honest.
It's pretty heavy. Usually you
Yeah.
take a boat like that, and she kind of nods over to those massive cargo ships.
Yeah, well, we're small time. Got to start
Well,
somewhere.
maybe if you took some more precious metals, might be more worth your time.
Precious metals.
Smaller
you're saying.
batch. Yeah.
So, like copper,
Golds and
Like
silvers.
golds, and silvers. You pulling that out of the mines too?
Yeah, sometimes if you're lucky.
Wow.
Once or twice
What
a
about-
year, you'll pull out a little bit of gold here and there. You know, the
Okay.
Murphys this year, they found some gold.
Oh,
Lucky
Okay.
bastards.
I imagine.
But you know,
that's,
it all goes into the town anyways. Though you do get a bonus.
Okay. Who pays the bonus? The guild or the association?
Yeah. Association runs things around here.
So basically, if you're going to trade or sell that gold or silver, that's who to speak with.
If you want to buy it, we've got enough for ourselves. We don't really need to sell it.
Okay. I understand. Well, thank you very much for your time. You've been very helpful, and I hope the fish start biting.
You and me both.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
you too. Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And as you're walking away, you hear talking, just talking very casually to each other. This is very short. Very short. You ever seen someone so short? No. No, they're very short. Interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
I wonder what it's like. Going that short. Must be hard to reach things on high shelves. And then,
They're not wrong.
meanwhile, Steve, you walk into this bar and you see just a bunch of men and women, almost all of which are in very plain, thick worksman's wear, like a thick T-shirt and pants, with really robust like leather boots on, and everyone in here is dusty and a little dirty, and everyone's drinking at tables here and there and having conversations. No one's too lively per se, but everyone seems to be generally in good spirits, just joking around.
Okay. I'm gonna scan the room. Who seems to be the liveliest, or at least the more experienced group that I can tell in the building?
Interestingly enough, you look around, and the more you look, as you see, the tables almost seem to be split by age. You see that
Okay.
there's the all the people with a little gray in their hair seem to be in one area, and the younger tykes seem to be in another area, drinking away. Obviously, the gray-haired men and women seem to be a little bit more robust. And everyone in here, too, very, very broad shoulders. Just huge traps, and you can see those trapezius muscles through their shirts. Everyone here seems to be very industrious. The young,
Bro, you lift?
the younger,
even
the younger of them seem to be a little livelier, a little louder, drinking a little bit more, and their faces tend to be red in these groups, whereas the older folks seem to be a little bit more reserved, holding their drinks, a little bit more like nursing them, composed, but still, everyone here seems to be pretty welcoming, at least in demeanor.
I'm gonna find an open spot. I'm just gonna sit and listen for a minute, see what I
Okay.
can hear.
You sit down and you notice the old folks are talking about the rain and the crops. And this year was particularly bad with the turnip crop. There was a strange new locust that came through, and this locust, it seemed to leave behind, like, its droppings seemed to rot the fruit. So even if they got into it a little bit, Marcy May's farmstead, almost the whole thing was wiped out because she's the farthest out. And this was a huge problem because the turnip stew they're having to have to use corn and different ingredients, and it just doesn't taste right. And there seems to be a sense that just like anything that upsets the status quo, they're really not about it, and it seems to be very irritating. And it's a pretty important thing that makes sure that everyone gets their turnip stew that's correctly. And the young kids are talking about one of them seems to have found a small green gem, and it's rare to find precious stones, more rare than even gold and silver, and you can hear them really getting into like one of these guys, and you get his name is Tack. And Tack seems to have found this emerald, and everyone's talking about it, and he seems to be really popular because of it. And it was one of his first digs, and he's going into this long story about the gleam of the firelight, how he saw it, and he almost missed it, but he felt it, and he knew, and he intuited, and you can tell he's really putting on this thing, especially for the other people at the table, but everyone seems to be glued to it. And they really talk about the firelight and the and how the eternal flame gives and takes, but it seemed to be in a good spirit this year. And beside you two, you see in the corners there's two cloaked figures just nursing drinks, hoods down. You can't even tell if they're sleeping. One of them kind of just every once in a while. They don't necessarily look shady. They just look a little tired and withdrawn. And other than that, the conversation here seems to be very mundane.
Is Tack kind of showing off this gem pretty
He
challantly?
doesn't have the gem. He's just talking about it.
Oh, that's some BS.
And you
I'm
overhear
gonna
their conversation about, and you kind of get very quickly that like nothing they pull out of the mine is actually theirs. It seems to be very community oriented, where everyone mines in the community and they all benefit from it. No one, and therefore, like, he wouldn't have the gem on him. He pulls it out and he gets credit for it. And as you heard, he got his bonus, and he's buying people drinks with his bonus that he got for finding this gem. Also, which is making him popular. And Cornelia, you see Steve sitting in the corner, hearing these people talk. And you overhear this too. When you look, roll me a investigation, Cornelia.
Cornelia smells the gems.
Yeah.
Hunger approaches.
18.
18. You look in the room and everyone seems to be on the level, with two exceptions. You see one man, old, very leathery, in one corner, drinking away by himself. Gray, patchy hair. One of his eyes, kind of a yellowish hue to it, not quite looking in the right direction. And when you really look close, it seems to be kind of almost this weird eye, this yellowish eye seems to be searching on its own, which is a little off-putting, but no one seems to give him any mind. It's not like people don't notice him, they just don't seem to be paying attention to him. And you notice there's that there's a cloaked figure in the other corner, and this cloaked figure, the only thing that strikes you as odd as this person sits there is they're very thin, comparatively. They're very thin, and the make of their coat seems to be a little nicer than everything else here. Everything else here seems to be very, almost fashion non-existent, if that makes sense, other than this. And as you're looking around, Pup, your nose draws you in, followed by Rezik. And you see on the table, everyone here has these big flanks of what looks like some steak and a cheese and a little bit of what looks like maybe cut up vegetables, some kind of root vegetable. Definitely not a turnip, because all those got eaten in the locust plague. And there's a bartender, young man, grabbing drinks, and it looks like there's a few barmaids and waiters kind of bringing food to people.
Do I see Steve in there?
Yeah, you see Steve.
Okay.
The way he's dressed, he stands out like a sore thumb. You just walk in and you're like, there's Steve, right there.
I want to, when I see him, I want to like stealthily transform just into a random like Ashengard guy that I saw once.
Okay.
Like a human man.
All right. How old is this guy?
This guy has to be in his like probably early 30s, maybe mid 30s.
Okay.
Just like an adult guy, brown scruffy hair, probably like a little bit more like a 12 o'clock shadow.
Okay.
Like, so it's like a little overgrown, but not quite a beard.
And is he like fit, dad bod? What's this guy?
Yeah, he's like that fit dad bod. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like kind of in between, where it's like they're fit and they're like buff, but like also if they're not flexing, they look like a little squishy, but actually they're just jacked.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
yeah.
Dad bod.
You've described me basically for the most part, except for being actually jacked, which I'm not.
Yeah,
I have like a kind of a dad bod, but kind of not dad bod. I'm in the middle, so
Yeah, I
I'm
tried to read
picturing
that
like
line.
Mr. Incredible kind of a thing.
A little bit.
If you just suck it in and stand up straight, it's like it all goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you flex, it's like, whoa, you're a Dorito.
Are you gonna change your clothes at all?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so you're still in your suspenders?
Yeah.
Okay. So, dad bod.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Strong
go in.
Jack dad bod walks in.
I want to try to sneak behind Steve.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check.
Passive perception is 14, by the way.
I wonder if I saw him like this.
11 plus 6 is 17.
Ooh. Ooh, 17. Steve's listening to conversations. It makes it hard for him to, I mean, his guard is down. He's not really looking for danger.
And I know that Rezik is with me, right?
Yeah, Rezik's right behind you.
Okay, I like turn at him and I wink. I'm like, and I go up to Steve and I get out my dagger and I point it to his back and put my arm around his neck.
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
If you don't get me one of these bowls of food, you're gonna have a bad time.
Do I see this?
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
me
you do.
one of these
And I don't
potato
know its
bowls. Otherwise,
Oh, you see the suspenders, Cornelia.
it's lights out.
Do I pick up on the clothes? Can I?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you can't
behind
see
you.
'cause they're
Oh, I
behind
can't see
you.
at all.
Yeah,
I can't.
I very
no
specifically
turning.
went behind you.
No turning at all. No neck turn.
I mean, you could turn. It's just my face.
I mean, Pups.
Like, I have my
Pups
body
got-
pressed against
Pups
yours.
specifically got their
All right,
arm around
okay.
your neck. So, like, it's hard
I
to
wanna-
turn your head at all.
I'm gonna fidget in my pocket, and I'm gonna get like 5 gold, and I'm just gonna throw it onto the bar and just be like, "Food." Seems fair.
Throw it at the bar. And roll me a athletics check.
As he's doing that, I saw like in his ear, like.
I'm excited for those potatoes.
Oh man.
That is 19 plus 4, 23.
Feel that.
A 23. So yeah, you throw it and it makes it all the way to the bar, and a couple people turn and look at you like, "What the hell? Why is he throwing coins?" And Pup, you notice a couple people are looking over. You've got that dagger kind of
wink
hidden,
at them.
but they kind of look over to you like, "What the hell is happening?"
I'll like pull the dagger away, but still hold on me like.
Most people are just still. What the hell?
I'd like
I
to
would-
point out, by the way.
A young woman walks over and excuse me, why are you throwing gold?
Oh, my friend here would like some food.
All right, well, go pick those coins up and hand them to me like a human being.
I'm a little
Go pick those coins up.
stuck at the moment. If you could tell my
Yeah,
friend to
I'm
let me go, that'd be
waddle
appreciated.
with him still.
And everyone's just kind of looking at you. The bartender's got his hands on his hips like, what the hell is happening?
Cornelia, are you hidden, by the way?
I mean, Cornelia is in the back, kind of
She's not hidden. All right.
social camouflage.
I sit next to
Imagine.
Cornelia. I sit next to you and I'm just like, less than an hour in town. Well, let's watch how this turns out.
I would like to point out, by the way,
Little.
Steve is 100% calm. Like, he's used to this. This has happened before.
Okay. So Steve,
Oh yeah, I was expecting him to sweat, and he's not.
Nope.
Steve as a cucumber walks over. Are you going with Pup? Are you letting Pup walk you over to the coins you threw?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna struggle. I'm just gonna be like, okay. Like, I'm so done. Like, fine.
And so
I
you
just-
pick up your coins, and she holds her hand out. You give her a gold.
With a
She
smile.
goes into her purse, and she pulls out 8 more silver, and then puts it
Keep
back
the
in your hand.
change.
Puts it back in her pouch, and she looks at you just like, what is going on? And
Just gonna
by
shrug.
already there is another person bringing out 2 plates. She comes over, she gets 2 plates, and she goes, "You two, come sit down. What is this? Don't make a ruckus."
I take him
in my
with
bar."
me. I gotta
Yeah,
sit down
she
and
puts
keep
2
him on my lap.
and now at this point, there's quite a murmur in the bar. People are murmuring, talking. Clearly, you guys are way out of proportions here, but no one seems to be getting up to do anything about it.
Yeah, okay.
So intimidating in my overalls. Woo!
Have I gotten a glimpse at this person at all in
Right,
that?
roll me a perception check
I will be
Steve.
happy to roll you.
with
The
advantage.
Bobby dice is doing
because-
good, by the way. I'd like to point that out. Okay, that's
Yes,
a
he is.
9.
You're good, Bobby Dice. Mine
9.
too.
You said perception?
Yeah.
Plus 4, so 13?
13. You don't quite know what's going on, but in the time it took you to pick up the gold and you turned around, you can see like Rezik in the back just sitting there watching. And generally it gives you some ease to know that like if you were in actual trouble, Rezik probably wouldn't be just sitting there watching you.
What face is Rezik making?
That
Just
face
the
right
face of just joy. He's just enjoying every second of this.
You never make that face. I'm gonna scan the room, and I'm gonna look for the rest of my group, including Pop.
Well, Kelwise is not to be seen, and Rezik is talking to someone, but they've perfectly placed themselves behind another patron, a more husky patron, so it's hard to see them. So Kelwise is not to be seen, Cornelia not to be seen, and Pup nowhere to be seen.
And Dresden.
And Dresden stayed on the boat. He actually had some issues
Stomach
with yeah.
Open.
He had a beer with he didn't want to wash a cup, and so he drank out of the same cup Slug was
yeah.
drinking out of.
I have to give the drinks because boat superstition. But anyway,
Yeah.
Steve knows that Pup went with Rezik.
And can I send him
Steve
a
went
message?
first.
Come on, first.
Steve. Can you
I'm gonna
Steve a
send
message?
Steve a message and
Please do send
say,
Steve a message.
Steve, you hear in your head.
rub behind their ears. Reach for it. Why? Everyone likes it. And I'm gonna cut it off.
I'm gonna
You
sit
guys.
in anguish for like 5 seconds. And I'll be like, oh hell.
Oh, what you think you're doing? Who said you were allowed to do that? Who said you were allowed to stop? Keep going.
That tells me everything I need to know.
And
why
at this
am I-
point,
why
Steve,
am I on
you
your
know,
lap?
you know. Yeah.
Why am I on your lap?
Because you're not put in my ear anymore.
Please let me go. Please.
Okay.
And I let him go. And I just turned back into Pup.
Oh my
Okay, you
God.
turn back into Pup, and everyone's
yeah.
watching you.
Mhm.
And just people jump out of their seats. People screaming. People scared. One person yells witchcraft. Everybody
Oh,
kind of
And
jumping
then
up.
I
Whoa,
jump into the middle
whoa.
of the room and I go, all right. And that was our production of Strange Fellows. As you can see, we had a little bit of trickery there with some illusion kind of stuff going on. It's a whole crafty thing we made back behind the scenes. Don't worry about it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to tip, by
What
the
are you
way.
talking
I catch on immediately and bow. I
Still
start
in
bowing
character.
profusely.
You gotta appreciate
Rezik-
that. Still in character.
Rezik, roll me a
Um,
deception check. And Steve,
don't
roll me a
understand.
performance.
We weren't doing a performance. I just wanted some soup.
Shut up.
Why?
16.
I don't know these
16.
people. Just put your hood on.
Yeah. Cornelia here in the back. Everyone looks at you, Rezik.
Oh, goodness. Just a bit of practical trickery. Don't worry about it. Everyone enjoy their evening. Make sure to tip your waitresses. We will be here if you have any tips for us. So have a good night. All right, fellas. Let's enjoy our meal now.
Yep.
And I sit down with
Sounds
them
good.
and I just go,
Sounds good to me.
just play along.
What?
And everyone kind of seems to buy it. They seem a little ticked off. Especially when you say that it was a little trickery. They really seem to be like a little rubbed the wrong way. But everyone slowly starts going back to their drinks.
What was that?
What?
Just all of. Did you guys plan that?
No.
Insight check.
I mean,
I don't have to roll. Oh, nice.
you would know. You've got enough, I think, insight to know that, like, Pup is not a planner. So when you ask if Pup planned it, the answer could only be no. Though,
It's more like I'm
You
setting them
could
up to
ask.
tell the truth, kind of a thing.
yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for the save, Rezek. I appreciate that.
And Rezek, you see
Well,
the-
you know,
the-
I feel like you deserved it after all of that. Pup, I feel like we've been in enough towns by now to know what our limits are, but I can't blame you for being you.
wait, what part of what I just did was not in the limit?
Oh, well, this has happened multiple times where you change and people get freaked out by it, so...
Oh, but
Limit.
then sometimes I change and people don't get freaked out. So I actually don't exactly know where I can and can't do it, because sometimes I do it and people are like, oh, that's kind of cool. And sometimes I do it, people are like, oh, that's scary. And sometimes I do it and people are like, you know?
Again, I can't blame you. You do love chaos, and that's just who you are, and I love that about you. So don't worry too much. But maybe play it safe
Okay.
next time.
So when should I not do it?
One in a new town with people that don't really seem to use magic.
I mean, yeah, these
Well,
are
how
all
do we
these
know
are
they
all
don't use
workers.
magic?
So, well, they're all a bunch of, laborers, miners. They don't
People of industry,
they don't get out much. So they don't see a lot.
industrialists.
And you say that, Steve,
Yeah.
and you notice like some of the
I
young
said it
kids
quietly.
kind of look in your direction. You don't know if they heard you or not.
You're speaking in hushed tones.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
yeah,
not.
Pup's not.
Gosh darn it.
And Pup, you
You might
notice
wanna
that people are
lower your
starting to look
voice,
at
by the
you,
way.
and they're whispering, but people seem to be looking at your ears and your big, kind of shaggy hair, and talking.
Is there anyone like hella looking at it? Like anyone like more than others?
Yeah, that guy Tack really seems to be just like not upset, not angry or anything like that. Nothing negative. Just seems to be perplexed. Really, just looking at your ears.
What
trying to make
about
my
the
sense
bowl
of
and
it.
sit
skinny
next to him.
guy? What about those two other guys that you mentioned? The guy with the eye and the
Yeah,
cloaked
so
guy.
Cornelia, that guy with the eye, the strange eye that's searching, just drinking. He seems very, very drunk. Doesn't seem to really. Not that he doesn't notice, but he doesn't think it's weird at all.
Can I? Is
and
there
the
a
other
spot
guy-
next to him or close by? The guy. With the
Yeah,
eye.
he's kind of at his own table, and same with that man in the robe, that cloak with a hood. He kind of looked up, but not enough for the light to really catch under his hood, and then just looked back down. Didn't say anything.
All right. After
Where are you
things
going?
settle down, I'm just gonna go sit next to the guy with the eye. Just
Okay.
drink for a moment.
Well,
drink.
that happens. I'm going to apprise those at my table of what I've been listening to before I was interrupted about the turnip famine and the gem and all that other fun stuff. The
Okay.
dudes in the corner, all that. And then that's about it. I was hoping for more, but
Yeah. And Kelwise,
you know.
you walking back through town, you hear a little bit of a commotion coming from the ingot and hammer, and you would intuit that if you wanted to, you're like, yeah, there is only one thing that follows our group, and that is the sound. You've heard the sound of a crowd around Cornelia Co, and it's just a familiar ringing in your ear. But on the other side of the street, you see that trade association.
Yeah. And I bypass that and continue going down the street. No, you know what? Nope. I'm not going to do that because I know better than to go places on my own. I'll go into... I will go into the association first, and before I go and visit Kilroy down the street, I'm going to bring someone with me. So I'll head into the association.
Okay, you head into the association, and there's this big wooden door with metal slats on it, and the door, while heavy, opens easily. It slides nicely. It seems to be a very well-made piece of carpentry, and the door closes behind you, and it's a dark. Despite there being windows in here, it's very dark, and there's a big fire going on the west side of the building, and this big table, and you can see in here there's a like a reception area, and then a bunch of other small rooms in the back, and you see a few of the Alistar men walking around, as well as Red Blains, both dressed pretty similarly, just with different crests, different colors, and they seem to be talking about ores, not quietly at all, but coal, ore, metals, precious metals, timelines, all kinds of just business. And there's a young boy kind of at the front, scribbling wildly on papers, and you can see there's like ink all over his fingers. He's got his sleeve rolled up and his hair tied back into like a tight ponytail.
Yeah, I'll go pester him. He seems like he'd be the least to be bothered by me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Excuse me.
Oh, hello. What can I
Hi.
do for you?
Well, I was new in town, and I was pointed in this direction. I was told to come here if I wanted to perhaps do some business.
Oh, absolutely. What are you in the market for?
I'm in the market for whatever you have. Realistically, I was told there's some, well, iron perhaps, or precious metals perhaps that needed relocating or
precious
selling in
metals.
other places. Yeah. But realistically, I've got a ship. It's not a huge cargo hold, but there's enough to carry whatever you might need to wherever you might need it to go.
Well, are you looking for refined ores, unrefined ores?
Refined.
What grade?
Yes. A?
Okay. Well, we have many precious metals that we trade here. Coal, probably not if you don't have a big cargo ship. Probably not
No, I'm
iron
looking
either.
for
If you're looking
best
for
bang
gold,
for your buck.
well,
Or
a
sorry,
small cargo hold. Maybe a gold
yeah.
bars would probably be your best mode of travel.
Probably.
All right. Well, and he starts scribbling in this page. You'll have to talk to the goldsmith.
Okay.
He'll
We
be
can do that.
available in and he looks through his book. He'll be available tomorrow morning,
Tomorrow morning. Does
just
he have
after
a shop,
sunrise.
or will he be here?
Oh, he'll be here.
He'll be here. What's the goldsmith's name?
Well, we just call him Goldsmith. His name is Bury, but we refer to him as the Goldsmith.
Come again? Bury?
Bury. Bury?
Bury. You sound unsure.
The Burry.
Well, no one calls him Bury.
Bury.
We've been calling him the Goldsmith for, well, as long as I've been alive.
Okay. Well, how will I know when I find him?
Well, come here, and I'll be here, and I'll show you to him.
Beautiful. That'll work perfect. On the chance that we're able to do some business, what's a gold bar run for these days, and approximately how much does, say for instance, 500 gold bars weigh?
500 gold bars? Well, 500 gold bars is, generally speaking, that's, that'll be 500,000 gold pieces, and a gold bar is, pretty heavy, you know? I don't know the exact specifications of it, that's why you'll need to talk to the goldsmith, but, I'm sure he'll be able to answer all of your questions.
Great. And what's your credit like here? Do you have like a credit system, like a payment plan, or is this cash up front? I'm just trying to figure out how the exchange rate goes, because if I give you gold and then you give me gold bars, it's sort of the same.
Well, the gold you
thing.
have in your coins is, well, minted and such, and it's worth a certain amount, but it's not pure. Usually the pure gold goes for jewelers and crafters and such, you know? So you pay a
And
little
who's
bit of
your-
a premium for the pure gold
Makes
if you're
sense.
transporting lots of it.
And who would you say the biggest customers are for this gold? Do you get a lot of people from Capital City here, or?
No, mostly capital city, yes.
Mm,
Few people from Caravella town here and there. And
Okay.
Odgarads every once in a while, but it's a bit of a trip.
Indeed. We know. Been through there. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. And your name, please.
My name's Tim.
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 Good name. Tim, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right.
Hopefully we'll speak with the
Your
both
name
together
was,
and work
my good
something
sir.
out. I'm
You don't know.
Bolton.
Bolton.
Michael Bolton. Yes.
Michael. Nice to meet you, Michael.
Nice to meet you.
And he scribbles your name down and then goes back to doing something with his books.
Only because I couldn't remember Fitz's name. Gosh, it's
Galliant Spitzwilliams.
Galliant Spitzwilliams. Jeez. That's why I can never remember that. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay.
Spitzwilliams.
As Michael is in there, you guys are in the corners. Cornelia, did you say you were going to the corner with that wandering eye?
Yeah.
Hey, Cornelia, you walk up to this guy, and with his good eye, he kind of looks at you. Hello? And you can see he's pretty drunk, and this guy smells strongly. Not just of ale. Probably hasn't showered in a little while. Generally speaking, though, this whole tavern is full of people who aren't great smelling, so it's not so out of place, but he's a little bit noticeably smellier than the rest.
Yeah, is this seat taken?
No.
Just looking somewhere to rest
no.
my feet.
Oh, okay. Sure. Sit
Thank
down.
you, sir.
You're welcome. You got
Does
any
his eye
ale?
look... Yeah, I'm almost out, though. Do you need a new one?
Yeah. Always need a new one. Yeah.
All right. This one's on me. Thanks for letting me join you.
Oh, no, thank you.
Does his eye
And,
look like one he just like shoved in there, or it's his eye that he...
No, it looks like a real eye. It's just got this yellow glaze where the white should be. And you can see those really, really thick red veins kind of accenting it. It looks a little sickly, but the eye itself
got
just
pink
kind of wanders around like it's searching, independently of everything else.
No. All right. Well, I'll buy him a beer if
All right.
there's a waiter or
Yeah.
bar.
Beer. More beer. Keeps the voices away, huh? What do they call you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, I'm Lanolin.
Lanolin.
what-
Lanolin. Lanolin.
Like sheep's wool.
Flanolin.
What's your name?
Oh, they call me Old Tom. Old Tom.
Oh, Tom. Who called you? that?
Yeah. Well, everyone
Your
calls
buddies?
me Old Tom.
Hmm.
Especially since new Tom was born.
Oh, relative of yours?
Nope.
Oh. You born in this town?
Nope.
Oh, where are you from?
No, far away. Far away.
Hmm. You look like a bit of an adventure.
Oh, yeah, I've been
Adventurer.
everywhere. I've done a bit of adventure in my day. Though they'll tell
man.
you. It's not real, but I know it's real. Yeah. You want to hear a story? I'll tell you a story for an ale.
How about the one I just gave you?
Well, that one's already gone. And he holds it up and it's already emptied.
Oh, can I just slide him my new one since I didn't finish my first one? Here you go.
Oh, I couldn't take. He starts drinking it. What do you want to hear a story about, huh? Huh? Monsters? Magic? Strange creatures of the deep?
Ooh. I don't know. Maybe, do you have any
I've
adventures on
sailed
the water?
all around here.
Oh,
Ooh, the
yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Yes, I was a sailor back in my day. Yes. Yes, long
Big
ago.
ship?
Huge ship. The greatest, the most adventurous. The seafloor. You've not
The
heard of the
seafloor?
seafloor? No.
Run away.
Captain Seafloor,
Run away.
the greatest adventurer of all time. You've never heard
Wait.
of him?
No.
No. Well,
You're Captain? You
that's a
sailed
pity.
with this guy?
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. Captain Seafloor was a legend back in the day. Don't hear about him much anymore, but the only man who traveled around the Eastern world. Or tried
The
to.
Eastern world. Yeah. What's out there? What was he looking for out there?
Well, I might be able to tell you, but and he looks and is now down to this mug.
Well, I guess I gotta hear the rest of the story. Another one.
Okay, and you get him another one, and he's just this guy. He probably already had 5 or 6 drinks before you got here, but he's just downing this stuff. And he looks at you, and he looks at you straight in the face, Cornelia, and it's strange. You get this almost rush of panic as that eye that has been searching stops and looks straight into your eyes. And you see something there, and you don't know what it is, almost as if this red, cloudy mist is slowly seeping into his eye, and then he shakes his head, and the eye starts searching all over once again. I'll tell you a tale. Oh, I'll tell you a tale that'll chill your bones. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I think so.
Well, you better be ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
It was a dark and stormy night, as all good tales of the sea begin. Well, actually, it was just a bit overcast, but nonetheless, terrifyingly overcast. Huh? Huh? Our brave Captain Seafloor, guiding us east into the unknown. Now, some of you will say you can sail right off the edge of the world if you goes too far. Others claim a giant beast as big as a mountain waits for any silly enough to wander too far from the continents. And he looks at you, and his ale is empty.
Oh my god.
But the truth is,
Deep price.
we didn't get that far. No. Now, what could have stopped a great man like Seafloor from finding answers to the greatest mysteries in the world? Huh? The answer is a whole other world. I see you don't believe me. You think I'm lying? Well, then I won't waste my time.
No, this is intriguing. What do you mean? Whole new world? I mean, it's not on any maps, right?
Oh, not on any maps. No, of course not. My throat seems to be...
Hurry.
Thank you.
Just keep them coming. How much are these, by the way? Ooh.
They're like 2 copper every time.
Oh, nice. Oh my gosh.
And he kind of looks around.
Cornelia's like, bring the keg. Just set the keg on the table. It's fine.
There's a whole nother world out there in east, right in the middle of the sea. A hole that leads right into another land. Now, no sane captain in his right mind would go down there. No way.
No.
Luckily, we weren't a sane bunch. Seafloor ordered his first mate, Waylander, straight in, and to his credit, Dick Waylander ne'er breaks an order that was just given. Down we went,
deeper and deeper with no hope of return. We called it the Falls, a giant waterfall, straight in the middle of the ocean, streaming from the sky, pouring down onto a spired island, split by unnatural forces. A lush green down below, and wicked pure evil up high. Now.
And he kind of gets lost, and he looks around.
What was I saying to you again?
Oh, you were just talking about some of your adventures.
Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of adventures. Ha! Downs in another mug. Ah.
Yeah. So, you around here, come here often?
Yeah. I'm always here. It's the only place they'll let me drink.
All right, I'm
Why?
just gonna sip on my beer and kind of eyeball him a little, like, oh, well, I'm just curious. Well, it's nice chatting with you. I better head off now.
I can tell you don't believe me. All right. Have a good one, little one.
Well, you've seen this place.
Oh, yes.
You were with
I
him.
was there. I was
You
the
just
only one
went
who
down-
escaped. Oh,
So-
now you're listening, aren't you? I see.
How'd you escape?
Well, first. All right, I'll tell you. You've bought me enough ale. The Oreos were there. We get to the
Oreos?
island. Oleos. Yeah, it's what we call them.
Oleos.
Oleos. Oleos. These. We'll call them fishmen and women with big, pointy sticks. Now, you may think you've seen a stick that's pointy, but I'm telling you, theirs were the pointiest. Razor sharp. Never seen anything more pointy in my life. Incredible. We were there, just waiting to become shish kebabs. They all coming up on us, because, the pointy sticks and all. When we heard the horn, a raid horn, and down from that evil mountain ran abominations covered in the crimson madness. You could see it from a mile away. Brutal berserkers out of their mind, demons from another realm. These things must have taken 20 runes. 20 from the Oleos, poking them with their sharp sticks, and now a mortal being would have died, especially considered how pointy those sticks were. Have I mentioned me sticks?
Pointiest.
Pointiest sticks, you got it. But before these abominations were laid to rest, their bodies bloated up like a pufferfish and then exploded, sending flesh and bone alike speeding like arrows all around, infecting all those around them. Never seen something like this in my life. But these Oleos, they had these magic stone pendants, and he pulls out this necklace with this glowing yellow stone on it. Protects you from the madness. See, I got one early enough, but unfortunately our first mate, he weren't so lucky. Dick Waylander didn't know till it was too late that he was affected
Oh
by
man,
the
poor Dick
crimson
Whale.
madness. Yes. It's always there. This madness creeping into your head, always there, whispering into your dreams. Whispering always about dangers. Now, if you've liked my story, I'm a bit of a writer. If you'd
Oh.
like to donate, I could take some coins off your hands.
Oh, well,
Maybe thinking
I
of making it into a novel. Huh?
I appreciate a writer. I'll give you. Here's a gold piece.
A gold piece. Holy cow. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much. What did you say your name was again?
Well, I'm Lanolin.
Flannel?
Lanolin.
Flannelin.
Can I ask you one more question?
It's gonna cost you.
All right, never mind. Thanks for your story.
Okay, what do you want? What do you want to know?
Well, I noticed you have something may be wrong with your eye, and I'm missing mine, and I'm just wondering if did you get that healed, or is it? Do you
What's
still
wrong with
need
my
help
eye?
with- Oh, it just looks like a little bloodshot, a little bit.
It's fine. My eye is fine.
Oh man, I wish
How
mine
dare
was
you talk
fine.
about my eye? You've got a weird eye. How do you like that, huh? Huh? My eye is
Well,
totally fine.
It's missing, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, your eye's missing.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. What are you doing? You trying to intimidate me?
No. All right. Well, I'm sorry to mention your eye, and thanks for the story. Do you want another beer? Ale?
Of course.
Yeah. One more ale.
Why haven't you got me one already? Ha! Thanks.
Pats you on the back,
All right.
and for a second, you see a flash of like a red hue blink in that crazy eye of his as he starts drinking, and this time not downing it, but just looking into his beer, drinking slowly, and he goes somewhere far off into the stratosphere. Meanwhile, Rezik, Pup, Steve, you guys are chowing down. And
I had picked up my bowl and sat down next to the guy who was looking at my ears.
okay, Pup, you sit down next to him.
Back.
And this guy kind of looks up at you. Did you want to sit here? I'm sorry.
No. I just saw that you were looking at me, so I thought that maybe we could be friends instead.
Sure. Friend.
What's your name?
I'm Tack.
Hi, nice to
What's
meet you.
your
I'm
name?
Jack. Jack Russell.
Jack Russell. Shakes your hand. I've never seen an uncast quite like you before.
Oh, I don't think that is what I am.
Well, I don't mean to be rude or to presume, but with ears like that, unfortunately, I think that is what you are.
I don't think that is what I am, but I don't think that I'm allowed to say what I am to strangers. So maybe if we become friends, I can tell you.
Thought we were already friends.
No, not yet.
Oh. Well, what's it require to be friends?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's nice meeting you, Pup.
Nice
He
meeting
kind
you
of
too.
turns, starts eating.
Oh, you don't want to hang out? You want to?
Oh, I didn't know we were still doing that. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yes.
Do you not?
And he
do you
looks
not
over
want
to his
to?
friends, and everyone at his table has kind of slowly scooted down away.
Where are you
And
guys
he's just the only
going?
one left. Oh, I think they just, I don't.
Do they not like me? To... Ears? Should I get rid of them?
No. God, no. Don't cut your ears off.
No, I mean I could just get rid of them.
No,
You
I
want me to
think- I
play a
think they're
prank
fine.
on one of your friends?
No, I don't think they'd like that very
You know
much.
what I know you would like? What was your name again?
Whoa! Wait, where did you come from? Hey, Rizik.
I'm sitting next to you. What was your
Oh.
name again?
I'm Tack. Nice to meet you. And you are?
Oh, Tech. Hello, I'm Frederick Prince the Second. I know you and your friends would probably love a round of drinks and some
You're a
food. Why don't
prince?
you come over here and join us? No, I'm not literally a prince. My last name is Prince. A friend.
Your last name is Prince, but you're not a prince.
Yes, just like a lot of people have different last names, and they aren't what the last name actually is. That's not.
Yeah, I'm not a rest.
Yes, but Prince is a presumptuous name, no?
We just
I
met.
think you got it.
How about I buy you a round of drinks first, and then we start getting into the whole offensive. Anyway, come over here and we'll buy you a drink and some food.
Oh. Well. Won't say no to a free drink. Sure. All right. Look at us becoming friends.
Yeah,
Huh?
we love meeting
Kinda
locals.
elbows
We
your pup a little
travel
bit.
around all the time, so it's fun to meet new people. So, what's your story,
Where are you
friend? And
traveling
what do you
from?
want to drink?
Prince?
Oh, we travel all around. We just love exploring and seeing this beautiful world. What do you do exactly in
Really?
town? Are you a miner? Or are you
Well, yes. My family's a 7th generation miner here in Zurroc.
That's cool.
They
What do
come
you
and bring
mine?
over a bunch. Yeah, anything we can find, really.
What's like your favorite thing to mine?
Well, I did find an emerald the other day.
Whoa, what color?
wow?
Green.
an
It was a green emerald. Yes, the size of a fingernail. He looks
Well,
at you guys and he's like, he was like really expecting like a big like awe, and he didn't get it. And he's just kind of.
no, we literally just went. We
It's,
literally just both went. Oh wow! Sorry, Kate. A bigger whoa in 1, 2, 3. Whoa!
And
There
a
you go.
hushed tone in the
My neighbors
background.
aren't
Whoa.
So, what do you do other than travel around?
That's pretty much it. We just
I-
love
I
traveling
have
around, meeting
bees.
people, selling things.
You have peas.
Oh, bees. Yeah, you have some bees. Yeah, that's true.
I take care of
Bees.
bees. Yeah, I'm
Take-
trying to make
You go
honey.
traveling, taking care of bees.
It's not our
There's-
main thing, but yes.
Not many bees
Want
around
some
here.
honey?
Honey. You know, I've actually never had honey before. I've heard of it.
Give me your spoon.
He hands you a spoon.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Yep.
Straight. It's like a gelatin.
Yeah.
And just takes a big spoonful of it, and you see his face just kind of. Oh, it's sweet. It's very sweet. Oh, good lord, it's sweet.
All right.
Oh, mine, it's sweet. Oh,
Well, your batch was successful, pup. You're going for sweet. It's pretty sweet. That's great.
Oh, this isn't mine. This is the honey from the other place we traveled to. Mine isn't ready yet.
Oh, okay.
Yikes. That was intense. I've never had anything like that before.
Okay, if it's
Oh.
too much for you like this, you should mix it with like tea. It's
Mix
really
it.
good mixed in.
Yes, I think mixing it would be an excellent idea.
You want this? You can like share it with all your
sure.
friends.
Sure. And he looks to the friends, and they all kind of like look very dubious.
It's
Whether or not
honey.
they-
Have you guys ever had honey before?
Most of them just kind of look at you and shake their head.
Well, come on over. Have some honey. Join us.
And they slowly start to come over, and each of them in
Round of
turn-
drinks.
And Tack is like, a little bit, just a tiny bit. And each of them takes
Oh,
a bite.
it's sweet.
And
It's really sweet.
and you see a couple of them are just like perk up, like, wow, they've never had anything like this, because their beer is really bitter, and when you smell their food, it doesn't seem to have a lot of spice on it. Really, just salt is like the only spice they have, and their food tends to be very, very basic. And so they all try this honey and perk up a little bit.
And I take out a thing of jam, not the poison one. I set it on the table.
Do you guys have any bread?
I'm sure we do.
Put this on your bread right now.
They all take it, and they're like, it's just some sort of fruit.
Put this on your bread right
Oh, you haven't had jam? This is gonna knock your socks off. Yeah, go for it.
Well,
Put it
I've
on
had
some bread.
preserves before, but they're pretty rare around here.
Really?
And he
All right.
puts it on, looks at it, takes a bite, and again, Tack's like, it's sweet, but nice. Very nice. You said this was.
Here, you can
what
have this
kind
one
of
too. Actually, you want
jam is
two of them?
this? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And kind of slides it down the table. And by this time, everyone's now passing this bread around, trying the jam. Even the bartender, it gets to him, and he like takes a bite of it, and he's just like, all right. Yeah, delicacies from around the world. We really don't get much here. We're
See, this is why we travel so much. It's so fun to try different things, right? Like, this is delicious.
yes, that's great, but what about your home? What about your family?
Oh, our
Do you
home is
not-
the sea, friend, and our family's on our boat.
Yeah, this is my family, and my
Really?
home is wherever they are.
How interesting. Well, we really consider everyone in Zurroc to be family, as some would say, so
Oh, that's sweet.
we take care of our own here.
That's nice.
So,
So,
traveling's a little out of the question, but it must be exciting to travel new places. Yes,
I have a question.
Jack.
So, when I transformed earlier, did that scare you guys? And why?
When you transformed, oh, your trick.
Yeah, when I turned from the dude into me.
Yes. Yeah, that was startling. We thought it was
Why?
black magic or something.
What's the difference between black magic and normal magic?
Well, all magic is black magic. It comes from the same rooted evil that all magic comes from. No?
Oh well,
What
I
is that?
You
What makes it black magic? Why does it come from evil? Can you explain? Because I don't get it.
No, I don't know anything about evil. All I know is, it seems to corrupt everyone else it touches. So.
Oh, have you
I've been
all
told.
experienced this? Have you been in contact with some evil force nearby or something? Or
Well, the crag
are
is
these
full of
stories?
horrors, and evil, and dark magics.
Oh my!
As long as you stay by the light, you're fine. Light goes out, all kinds of horrors. Tear you limb from limb. Rip
Oh
your
my! I'm
face
sorry.
off.
Is this?
We've
What?
lost-
Have you experienced this yourself, or a friend has been lost to this kind of situation, or what exactly happened?
I've had family members lost into the crag. True.
Oh,
Some lost, some torn apart by things made of shadows. Like I said,
So sorry.
we'll keep to the light and there's no problems.
So, what if we were to tell you that not all magic is dark? Would you believe it?
Well,
And that there is hope?
I don't believe that everything people do with magic innately is evil. I've heard of stories of capital city full of spells and such. It's just slowly. That kind of thing can corrupt a person, and it will.
Hmm.
From the things I've seen and heard, it would be hard to convince me otherwise.
well, friend, I have to tell you, I do feel horrible that you've had to experience such terrible tragedies. But I can tell you from my travels, we have seen a lot of different people, different cities, and magic can be used for good. It could even be used for beautiful, art sometimes even. So, I don't know. I don't.
Shadows
At first,
can
I'm
be
sure
dark.
it could be, but that's where it starts. Good intentions.
Tak, I feel like you're a man. You're a man that might need some adventure in their life. I mean, this gem you found is definitely fantastic, but it's only a taste of what you could experience out there in the world. Would you ever want to, sail a boat,
Sail a boat.
work on it for your stay, and travel the world?
Honestly, I've never thought about it. Really?
For a little bit, and then
My
you could come
family's
back
here.
and show it with everyone. You could share your adventures.
Wow. Well, a tempting offer. Though I'm not sure my little ones would like it if I was off on a boat.
Oh, little ones.
Yes,
How
twins.
many little ones?
Twins!
Yeah.
Magnificent.
How old are they?
Well, getting on their second spring.
Oh, lovely.
Tammy and
Although I
young
hear-
Tom. Or new Tom.
Tammy and Tom, the twins, they're two. That's beautiful.
Oh, so new Tom.
Yes, new Tom.
That means that
as
there's an
opposed
old
to
Tom?
crazy old kook, old Tom over there. And he points, and you guys see Cornelia over there, and there's like maybe 20 cups of empty ale just sitting on this table.
Whoa, old Tom can put it down.
Yes,
Indeed.
he was an adventurer. He's got a million stories. I think he's not right in the head, but he's got a million stories if you're up for some fiction. And you guys notice a cloaked figure stands up, the one in the corner of the room, and he kind of walks over to Cornelia and sits right beside her. And as you're talking to Tack, Cornelia, you look up. This hooded figure looks to you, and you see a very, very familiar face. An elven face. This man looks at you, and you see the Archivist. And that is where we're going to go on break.
That's unexpected.
Nice. The Archivist.
Woo woo!
Oh, it's a
We're gonna
friendly
go,
elf.
We're going to go on a quick break. I know, I said elf, and you guys are like, fuck.
Aw.
No.
We're going to go on a quick 15-minute break. Don't go away. We got a bunch more D&D and ale and freaking out miners. Freaking out all the miners. When we come back. So, don't go
I'm
away.
drunk.
We'll be right back. We're back.
Back.
Back. Bad to the bone. Sorry. All right. Move forward. I've aged myself. Go ahead.
That
What do you think about that
song
song?
is before all of us.
There was a man. There was a
honestly.
man in a studio, and they were just playing blues.
Yeah.
And he had a microphone, and he was just like, bad.
His name was George Thorogood, and he wrote a whole lot of songs that sounded very, very similar. So,
And
yeah.
I'm just like, huh. You know what? Like, for instance, we always go back to at least Cullen and I do the Jukebox Hero, right?
Mhm.
They're like,
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Jukebox Hero, and
Stars in his eyes.
there's a part, and I'm gonna blow this microphone, but there's a part where there's a guy like way off in the background, and they layered this in, and,
I know exactly what you're
and
saying.
they're like, and he just goes like, Jukebox Hero. And you're like, oh man, you put like 110% into that line. And it's just like,
man.
wow.
Yeah, you gotta go full throttle.
And then you really think about the words he's saying, and you're like, what the hell is a jukebox? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
be,
a
like,
concept that's
yelling,
just
like-
like completely lost on people nowadays. They're like jukeboxes.
Yeah.
Jukeboxes. Is that like a juice box? Is he
Get
saying
Ronnie-
juice box hero?
Juice
He's not a
hero.
juice box. Yeah, you might as well, right? You're muted.
Tropical
Reed.
punch.
Reed. You're muted.
What?
You're muted.
Let's
You're muted.
Sorry.
let's
Sorry.
let's talk
so
about that song that
intense.
says "I want my MTV."
Yeah.
Huh?
Was
Music
that from
television.
the Dire Straits? Money for Nothing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. See, I get things. I know things.
Reed knows way more about like classic music than I do. He knows more about the hits. I don't know anything. He'll be like talking about a band that was like it's twice as old as he is, and I'm like, I don't know. I've never heard of them. It's like it's
And then
Michael
he
Jackson.
like
You've never heard of?
then you mess with me for being young and I know more things than you. Make it make sense.
It's one of those wisdom intelligence things, you know.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I was gonna say, I think he's just
Oh.
jealous of
Yeah.
your youth and your vigor.
I am.
Your knowledge.
Yeah.
Cornelia, you're sitting
Oh,
next
yeah.
to the archivist. As he pulls back his hood a little bit so you can see his face, but clearly keeping his ears and more elven features covered somewhat.
Hi.
Hello. I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, I would have thought you meant to meet us.
Well,
Are you just passing through?
well, I'm searching for the confluence. Any signs of it? I travel the world, listening to rumors. I have been thinking about you and your group quite a bit, though.
Oh.
Despite yourselves, fate seems to weave itself around you.
Yeah, I guess we make a bit of a ripple.
A bit. What brings you here?
Well, we just stopped in town for some provisions and then on to our next adventure. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I just kind of tag along.
Just tagging along? Interesting.
Yeah.
And Rezik, you and Pup, while talking to Tack, would see the archivist and recognize him. He's pulled his cloak back enough, and he just kind of gives you a small wave.
Tak, would you excuse me? I just seen a very old friend. I'm sorry. It's been nice talking to you.
And he's got this
Yeah,
bread in
I'm
his mouth. He's
gonna-
like, oh, of course. You don't want my bread?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, take it for
No, this is all
they're
for
all
you.
just
You
like-
guys keep this and have the time of your life.
And they are just chowing down on this bread and butter, bread and honey. And you kind of come over and you notice that crazed look, far away look in old Tom's eyes as he just sits there drinking. But off to the side, you see Cornelia and the archivist kind of at a table adjacent but separate.
And I tap Steve to come with as well.
Or what's up? What's going on?
We need to talk to this gentleman over here. He's an old friend of ours. You'll like him.
Kind of dozing off there.
Hello. I'm the archivist. I don't believe we've met before.
Steve.
Steve.
Howdy.
And he looks at you and gives you a grin. Yes, Steve. I believe I've met one of your relatives
I don't.
before.
Who?
Anywho. It's good to see you all. Looking well.
Elves, you know. Yep. Yes.
Yeah, it's
yes.
just so bizarre. We're just. So you're looking. What signs did you see? He said he's trying to find the confluence and tracking signs.
Oh.
Just looking for rumors, things that are maybe out of place. You know, the confluence itself moves and appears in, well, random, chaotic ways, so I don't even know if it's rejoined this world. But if it has, it tends to make a splash wherever it does appear. Unless, of course, it appears somewhere, say, deep under the mountains. In the crag? Maybe. Though, if it does appear down there, I'm going to have many more problems
I see.
than just finding it.
Right.
Yes.
Where are
Well,
you guys heading? Cornelia says she's just here for the ride.
Modest as ever. We are also looking for a something that's out of place. In the sea, in the Far East.
The east.
Yeah, tornado-looking thing that goes down instead of up.
Interesting. He pulls out a small map and starts unraveling it. And this map has got stuff and details that you've never seen before. Interesting little tidbits here and there. And he looks at it, and to the east, you see something, a channel of islands. What says there's islands? Well, there used to be. You know. And he rolls it back up. Before the shattering. So I'm sure there's something there.
Very good. Very good.
So I was talking to this guy right next to us, and he had mentioned like this hurricane basically, but there's an island, like a waterfall if you fall down into it. And he was with Captain Seafloor.
Oh.
Captain
That
Seafood.
old gem.
Yeah, have you ever heard of him? He's like the greatest sailor of all time, or
Well, that's a bit. That's a little bit grandiose, don't you think? The greatest sailor of all time. Much less a human. Was. Yes.
Being the
Most
important
humans
word.
are like that. No offense, Resic. You're excluded.
None taken. I could
Humans become.
where that comment comes from.
Was humans very quickly.
oh, yeah.
So you plan on following him? Out east?
Indeed. Yes. And you so have you heard any actual news that there is the possibility of what you're looking for in the crag? And do you need assistance with locating it, or are you?
No. The crag is not a place for really anyone. I've been going back and forth whether I would delve into it myself. Great many writings in the archives about deep ones and such. Down there, it is the realm of shadows and nightmares, I'm afraid.
Oh, so the local
No,
stories
I
are
shall-
true then.
Oh, yes. Incredibly dangerous. Mining down there. Many of the villagers here, most I should say, at some point or another, don't reach much older than, 25? 30 summers?
Aye.
But it's a way of life, I suppose. Brave, if nothing else.
Indeed.
But no. I think I'll search more open, easier to obtain positions before I delve down into places like that.
Fair. Well, we have had a lot of harrowing adventures since we last saw you. I feel bad we didn't ask. How are you? How have you been doing? Anything?
I returned to
New?
Morgana after the last time we met.
Oh, a trip
I have to
home.
say-
Lovely.
Strange things happening. The Council
Strange?
of Elves is keeping it pretty tight to the chest, but I can tell there's something strange happening. And it seems to be tied with, well, a little bit of you lot.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Names were mentioned.
They were?
Yes. Well, reports from Caravella Town have you bringing the Five back. From an area now seeming to be inhabited by, well, the undead, to put it bluntly.
Well,
I didn't know you
it
were
was like
mentioned
that
there.
before we got there.
That may be so, but it never left.
Oh,
The same with Morgana. Things seem to be oozing out, strange oddities, abominations, appearing in the town. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
In Morgana? No, we have not. That's actually one of the spots on our list, but we're very far off from getting there yet. Not even sure we're
Spots
going
on
to
your
get.
list. Your list of what?
Oh well, we have had to locate a few of these powerful, misplaced locations. Inside, we've discovered something rather significant. Is this a safe place to speak? This is actually some rather secretive news.
yeah.
I doubt
do you
anyone
have-
here in Zurroc is going to bat an eye or much less care. They'll probably think we're all crazy.
All right. Well, basically what happened was we've discovered recently that, as you know, the great Elazar, I'm sure you've heard rumors that he is currently in a coma and being guarded by some in Capital City. It's reported to us that, Elazar, back in the day, he shattered into thousands of pieces, shattering the world, as you, I'm sure, know, seeing your map. I'm pretty sure you understand all of this. And we were told that the end of the world will happen soon if we don't collect pieces of Elazar that were scattered throughout these worlds. And we're now going around trying to collect them and bring him back whole, or somewhat whole. We're not sure the right move yet, but we're figuring it out.
Interesting. I've not heard any of this. Elazar shattered himself into fragments.
Well, we're not quite sure. There are varying stories. Some say that he shattered himself out of some kind of madness. Others say that because of some sort of competitive nature between him and some of the others in Serenity, he might have been shattered by one of them or shattered himself because of this competition between all of them, and it shattered the world and left pieces of Aventide all in different pocket dimensions, basically.
Interesting. And you've been able to travel to these pocket dimensions?
Yes, we've been able to travel to, 4 so far. The first was... Oh, that's actually where we saw the zombies, the undead. That belonged to a fellow called Daye. Then he went to another one that was more of a religious community in a very beautiful world, owned by Luthen. And most recently, we've gone to a place called Hojo, where we met 2 others that were also there. Oh, and also a member of Serenity, the Empress, or Zess, I believe her original name was. And she was kind of running a casino there, I believe.
Interesting.
And that's what we've been up to.
You've been very busy.
Indeed.
Cornelia really buried the lead, saying she's just tagging along.
Well, Cornelia is our leader, and a very modest one at that. Without her, we would all surely be dead.
Surely. How did you get to these dimensions?
Oh.
As far as I know, they're impassable. Closed.
Well, I look over to Pup. Can I tell if Pup is okay with us talking about so much?
I don't know. Look at Pup. That's all you get.
Well, there's been
yes,
all
Pup,
around to help us through.
Yeah, well, the archivist here, he's been very helpful to us in the past, and he's just wondering how we're able to discover these portals. We did kind of get the first clue because of you. I don't know if you are willing to share information. It's entirely up to you.
And I take my hand that's very much still full of honey, and I grab Rezik's shirt and pull his ear over to my hand to me.
I don't know if we're allowed to tell him or if we're not. I still can't tell when we're allowed to say things. If we're allowed to say things, then yeah, go for it. But I just still can't tell.
And I let go of him. Shirt
Okay.
covered in honey.
Well, presto. Basically, okay, well, let's just say, basically what happened was a gentleman spoke to Pup, saying to come to this forest called the Darthwoods. And when we went there were zombies, and we met with him, and he basically showed us a map of where all the other portals are. He is one of the pieces of Elazar, and he wanted to help us. I have an inkling that he has his own personal motives, but he did help us nonetheless.
Interesting. Strange. I know none of this, which is generally a surprise to me.
Well, we're happy to share. You are... Oh, Pup, go for it.
Well, we've met a couple of Seraphim along the way, and I wondered if you knew anything about them, because
Seraphim?
it seems like people didn't like them. So, do you not like them too?
I have not uncovered much about the Seraphim. Some stories paint them out to be monsters from the abyss, from far, far away. Others write about their creativity, their inventiveness, their curiosity and bravery. I think maybe somewhere both could be true. Hard to tell. I have not heard of anything in the last 1,000 years in any archive that speaks of the Seraphim. Why do you ask about them?
Because I just said we've met a couple along the way, and I just didn't know how you felt about them.
Well, how do you feel about them?
Around this time, can Tellwise
Yeah, Kellwise, you hear this conversation happening.
Oh.
Kellwise,
Come here.
Hey,
Hey,
Kellwise!
you seem to be
hey,
healthy.
wow.
You seem
Hey,
to be
it's good
healthier
to see
than
you.
Cornelia here.
Why you say that? You mean, yeah. Well, she's
You know, I'm the leader, so I gotta take the front, all the,
it's
brutal.
true. It's true, and she's had a bit of a
Yes.
rough go of it. I mean, I'm just, it's the flesh wound, really.
Oh. Your finger. Well,
Yeah. I have 9 other ones though, so it's
You know how to make
pretty
that
good.
grow back?
grow
Do
back.
you know what I mean? My
Yeah,
eye
there
grew
are
back.
You're like really
healers.
smart. So wouldn't you know?
There are healers in Moragana
ah,
who could do such
Can they
things.
make eyeballs grow back?
An eyeball?
Yeah.
I presume they could.
wow.
But
Oh.
I've never seen
Cornelia,
them do anything such as that on someone who is not an elf. Though I suppose with the
Yeah.
right compensation, we could persuade them.
Money
Possibly.
or
Yeah,
Well,
what?
it would be
Not
a benefit
gold?
that you're a gnome. The
Mm.
gnomes are very welcome in Moragana. In fact, some of our closest allies. That
Yeah,
makes
we
it
like
a lot easier.
get along.
Now, if Rezekir had lost a hair, it would be nearly impossible to restore it. At least,
Mm.
find an elf who would. I would if I could, Rezek. You understand. But unfortunately, my brethren tend to be very stubborn.
Understand.
So,
So you're heading
I-
out east.
we are.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've caught up with everyone. I'm a bit shocked to see you, honestly. It's
As am I. It seems that fate
Yeah.
has, well, fate has brought me here.
Hmm.
For a reason.
perhaps we've all met again for a reason.
Are you gonna
Perhaps.
join us on our trip?
To a lost island out east,
Maybe.
not on a modern map and hasn't been seen in 1,000 years? Is there any answer but yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
If
yeah,
you'll
that's-
have me.
yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Well, that is awesome.
So it's
Alright.
yes, you can join us.
Like, so you're coming with us for this?
If you'll have me.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like, you're gonna be involved now? Like 100%?
Much as I can be.
Like at least 10%?
At least 10%, Pup. Pup, I'm impressed. You know what 10 is. Last time we met,
Check this out. Check this out.
hadn't
1,
got
2,
that
3,
far.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
incredible. Incredible progress. You have really all grown. Unfortunately, Steve, To me, it's a bit of a regression of sorts. I must tell you, I'm very acquainted with your past.
Hey, so yesterday,
What
it's
does that
crazy
mean?
thing. I mean, earlier, so I was talking with this guy.
Why did you interrupt
And-
him?
Oh, stories. We're gonna have plenty of time to share stories on the boat. We're gonna have a long trip.
All right. that's true.
And
You raise a
and
good point.
Most exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. But
And
what I did
may
find
I?
out was, please.
And he slowly takes all of your drinks, looks around, puts them on the old Tom's table, and old Tom just starts to drink from them. And he pulls out this nice, very fine wood mug. And he takes out a vial, Cornelia, and you notice it has the same unicorn stamp on it. And he pours it into the mug. Takes a drink and passes it around. And you try it, and it's just so much better than what you've been drinking. I don't know how
Really?
you've been drinking that. It's not even a drink. I would call it mud water if I could.
Yeah. And honestly, this is what I was gonna say was I found the guy who brewed it, actually. He's down the road. I was thinking about going to pick some up. Not so much to let me put it this way. Have you ever found someone who's really macho and thinks they know everything about the world and you say, "Oh, this drink isn't for you. This is only for the most macho and manly of people," and those people tend to go, "Well, that's me," and then they want it. I was thinking about selling it to people like that.
You're gonna trick people?
I mean, it's
Yeah, I was
very
thinking about tricking
specific,
people.
but that's most
Yeah, but
people.
but
Right, yeah.
but you've met people like that.
Oh,
You've met
that's
people like that.
That's the main customers at any tavern are just very very manly men who want to prove themselves. They can drink you under the table. Yes, of course. Yes.
Exactly. And while this tastes like straight dirt, it's strong, so might be able to catch a pretty penny for it, I was thinking. Plus, the only other opportunity in this town is to sell gold bars to people in Capital City, and I'll be honest, we don't have the cash flow. So,
Gold bars? Yeah, that tends to be a pretty expensive trade. Not
That's
to
what I'm
mention you
saying.
have to protect them the entire way back until you do sell them to make a profit. Generally not,
yeah, that's a good point.
not a great idea traveling with such valuables.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of pirates who want the dirt water that we would be shilling. So,
Probably true.
I'm thinking small here, really.
No, I like it. I like that you keep playing the game, right? You keep buying ales in different places. I love it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
It's
maybe it's a thing for us.
good. Yeah, it's a good investment.
Good indeed. So, when do we take off?
Yes, like the
We'll
sound
be
of that.
paid for a week. We've been here for 3 hours. I'm not saying we need to stay for the whole week. We probably get a reimbursement on it, on our gold that we put down. But if anyone does have stuff they want to do in town, for instance, I want to go pick up some ale. It's probably going to be tomorrow morning. It's pretty late now. I don't know if anyone did want to go see the mine. It's the tourist attraction, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I'm all right. But if anyone
And of
else wants to
course-
go,
We're going to need another hammock for you if you're going to be joining us. So and the provisions,
A hammock?
still, of course. Yeah, I mean,
You can have my hammock. I usually just sleep on the mast anyway.
Oh, sleep. I see. Please don't worry about me. The elves
not-
don't have much use for sleep.
Can you teach
I
me
just
how
need
to
a-
do that?
A quiet location to rest my eyes for a while.
fine, quiet.
Lack of noise?
Okay. Do you like rolling up in a ball and small enclosed spots? Because I think we might be able to find a quiet place for you.
Well, I have never shoved myself into your kind of quiet spot, but I'm sure I'll make do.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're just going to hear Slug snoring, and there's nothing quiet about that.
Slug. Interesting
Slug.
name.
Yeah,
I feel like I know him already.
I have
Yes,
a very important question for you.
All right. Well, I have a very important answer for you.
Are you allergic to bees?
Bees. Like honeybees.
Yes, specifically honeybees.
Well, no. I do find them hard workers. They're quite interesting.
You like
To find-
bees?
Well, they're very complex. Their ecosystems, the way they create hives, and honey. Out
I
of-
have a great surprise for you when we
nectar.
get on the boat.
Well, I can't wait. This should be fun. If nothing
Why are you
else.
being so nice? Last time we were with you, you were kind of mean to us.
Well, I've been thinking about you a lot. And maybe to the detriment of all elven kind, we don't give, well, your kind much of a chance. I think that comes from an overinflated ego and pride. And so, I feel if things are changing in Aventide, and I have some time off from finding the confluence, well, I need to expand my mind and my outlook and purview, which now includes all of you.
Oh,
And I hope that you don't
Alright.
prove me wrong.
oof,
I don't think you
I
will,
hope so
though.
too.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out together, won't we? So
But
you don't-
go ahead, Killwise.
I was going to say, so you don't think the confluence is in town then, huh? Not in the mine,
In
I
here?
suppose.
Well, if it was in the mine, well, it would take me months and months of preparation to delve down and find it. I would probably need to hit up the Magus. He owes me a favor, too. But I would need him, I think. I'd rather keep him in my debt, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes. Yeah, provided you can make the
Magus
time,
in
huh?
Yeah.
Well, we've got time. At least, ourselves. It is a thing in our culture to keep someone in your debt for centuries.
Sounds kind
It's
of
a bit
awful,
of a...
really.
Well, the elves. There's nothing but power struggles. We never say what we mean and never mean what we say. So, take that
Wait,
for what
does
it
that
is.
mean that you don't think that we're cool?
You may never know. All I'm saying, take everything with a grain of salt. I think that's the way they say it. Just be careful.
mhm.
An elf will smile as they stab you in the back.
What?
Or stab you in the front. Just be careful. We have a long history of...
Stabbing?
To murderers.
We have a long history of not doing what is best in any situation. I think you call it morality. We call it foolishness. I think that about sums it up.
Well, you might be giving Steve here a little bit of a hard sell on you coming with us now, but just to put it out there, you were very open with us last time we spoke, and you helped us a lot, and we helped you. So actually, Steve, the archivist here, he answered a ton of our questions that we never were able to figure out in the first place without him. So, do you have any questions for the archivist? He's a very, very, very powerful mage. I'm sure he could help you in some way. Very knowledgeable.
Not at the moment. No. I think it's something I'll let you know.
All I can say to
Sure.
you,
Stand next to
Steve,
Kelwise.
Are you guys being
you've
so
got a good head on your shoulders. let your heart be your compass, in the good times and bad. And I think you'll do all right. Well, if nothing else, I think I shall retire and finish up my odds and ends here in Zurroc, and I'll meet you at your ship.
Are you
Yes.
at the inn? And should we just call for you when we're ready?
I'm nearby.
Okay.
I should be done by tomorrow morning, at least. So I'll be around.
Before that, there is one more thing, and I think this is important to say while we're still on land and not in the deep seas. And I'm going to speak to him in Elvish. And it's going to be a little rusty. I haven't really been able to use it that much in real world practice, but I will speak to him in Elvish, and it's going to sound very like I'm speaking like super. It's like very rough, very learned. So, the Archivist. By the way, can I call you something other than the Archivist, or is that?
I mean,
That should.
do you want to call me something different?
No, whatever you prefer. Anyway, sorry. The Archivist. So,
Like a
this is
given
very
name.
important for you to know.
No, go ahead.
What's your given name? No, I'd love to know it.
My given name, which I have not used in a long time, especially since I have been raised to the ranking of Archivist. God, it's here somewhere. It's here somewhere.
Sorry, I asked this.
Theondor.
Theondor. Okay. Theondor. Well, all right. Theondor. I think it's very important for you to know this before we leave. When we went to Hojo, I don't know if you're aware what Hojo is, but basically it's a place where souls go before they enter the Source Heart. The Empress and the other Elazar aspect, they were basically working with the Alishtar Corporation and the city of, the capital city. They were abusing souls. They were finding ways to create more core back in our realm. This core, as you know, is being mined in the pit by slaves. We've been there. It's horrible. And
We're very
this
aware of
core,
the pit
obviously, I'm sure. This
and
core,
your
obviously,
underground coal mines as well.
yes, it's a horrible place. Hopefully one day it will be demolished and done with. But this core, as you know, gives great power, and I've heard that the elves have been able to find a way to use it without fracturing the user, hurting the user. But for now, what we know is that Capital City and the Alishtar Corporation are collecting massive amounts of core, massive amounts of power that they most likely are trying to use, possibly, I don't know against who, maybe everyone, the whole world possibly, I don't know. I would assume next would be, the first step would be probably more Organa, because you are very powerful, your people. So I would definitely warn your people that this is happening.
Well, if it's
If
happening
you have a
in
way to.
Capital City, that is Lexatreya's domain. And I shall trust in her. Maybe next time I pass through, I shall chat with her.
All right. Well, just so you know, we have stopped this trade, hopefully, by... Well, we didn't defeat the Empress, but the Empress was defeated, and the trade is probably now impossible from the portal that the Alishtar Corporation had. So hopefully that will end that, and hopefully it isn't causing some kind of weird reaction in Morgana or the world. I don't know, but it is
I will say be
important to bring
careful.
up.
Core has existed long before the humans and such have existed. To say that all the coal mines have been exhausted would be like saying the source heart itself has stopped beating.
True.
But interesting, if they found a way to speed up core production.
Yes. By the way, when you spoke to Morgana about us, I'm sure you spoke highly.
Highly.
In best regards.
I thought it best to leave you all out of my reports. A selfish bunch, the council. Should they see you as a threat in any way, well, they would not hesitate to do everything in their power to eliminate you. You see. Best for now to fly under the radar. And lay low.
Right. Good. Well, the good news is we have you on our side. We're going to travel with you, so hopefully you can help get us through Morgana.
Through Morgana?
Or, around it. There's a portal.
What is your fascination
somewhere
with
near it.
Morgana? Oh, a portal? Are you saying there's
Yes.
another dimension, like the Elizars?
Exactly.
Well,
Maybe.
that is information I find very interesting.
I respond in Elvish.
Why do you think that's interesting?
It would explain the strange happenings if these dimensions are breaking down and the Elizar's influence is spilling out of them from these strange realms that have been detached for thousands of years. It would explain a lot. And the council is trying to keep a tight lid on it. Obviously, they think they can deal with it or sweep it under the carpet. But if it has to do with Elazar, well, I don't think they will. The Queen's gonna have her hands full. I'm just glad that that's not my duty to deal with. I think it'll be much more fun to come with you on an adventure. But if it does come to it, I have influence with some who are meaningful in Morgana. I may be able to arrange something. Steve, you and Rezik, it will be tough. But not impossible. Well, I must tend to my odds and ends. I shall meet you tomorrow at your boat. Take your time. An adventure.
An adventure we shall have.
Hey,
Huzzah.
before you leave, does the guy with his eye, does he have that rune, the necklace, outside so that I can point it out to Rezik and the archivist?
Yeah, it's
Or
just
is it
dangling from his neck.
Oh. Do you recognize that rune? Because on that guy's necklace, because he was mentioning it helped protect
It was like it was like a small piece of like yellow stone.
Yeah.
Like crystalline stone. And he looks at it. I can't say that I've seen anything like it. Looks like just a crystal to me, but not all is what it seems. Especially with
Alright.
you lot. So,
Thanks for checking.
I'll keep an eye out. And he puts his hood back down, gets up and walks out.
Before he leaves, I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna say in Elvish. So Steve
We
does
all
happen
know
to know
Elvish.
it.
Yeah, I think we do.
I just tell him to enjoy his evening. A little nod, a little down nod.
You too, son of the Thunderstalks. And he walks out. And
What?
What?
and
What a
You guys
night
hear
we're all having. So
this
crazy.
loud belching sound from the corner as you see old Tom kind of stand woogity on his feet. Ah! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! One too many, huh? Huh? And most people kind of give him glances like pretty annoyed by him.
Hmm.
Bye,
All
old
right.
Tom.
Well, off to my home. It's been a night. Goodbye. And he kind of wobbles outside. And you see him just kind of wander up the road, down towards the mine, just wandering down, staggering harshly.
Cornelia, are we following him?
I mean, I don't think we need to. That was the guy telling me about the, the possible island or the land in the water, but I'm just worried that we need what he has on him, but I don't want to take it from him because I'm pretty sure his eyeball is possessed, and that's keeping him from being fully possessed, or something's going on with that guy.
Hmm.
So we just have to make sure that we're protected when we go, because it sounds like he was telling me about these things that explode and they shoot out bones and flesh and stuff, and they can possess you or taint you.
Jeesh. All right.
So
There's a whole list of
Yeah.
words we can't say anymore. That Kate has just taken away from our vocabulary. We can't say taint. Now we can't say minor. We can't say anything anymore.
You can say
So-
minor, but the context matters a lot.
minor, not minor.
Huh. I wonder if that's a precious gem that we could possibly find in this region. I don't know if that's something that's been collected here often or not. Maybe ask around.
Yeah, that's mostly what I was wondering. Is it something that we could get a better look at and duplicate, or take a little chip off of, perhaps, and see if it would work?
Should I go and see if it's even magic? Because what if he just thinks it's protecting him and there's really nothing
Oh,
that's...
yeah. That's kind of smart. I mean, that would very clearly indicate whether or not it's doing something, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if we're done here, maybe we'll... I don't really want to go alone. It's kind of scary out there, but
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to go
I
alone.
kind of want to go shopping too. So if there's a little place with some trinkets, maybe I can smell some magic at the same time.
We might need to wait until morning for the shopping, and I don't want to go disturb this guy who has the ale. It's late. He'd probably appreciate a trip in the morning too. But if we're gonna follow this guy, we'd probably do it now.
And just see what kind of magic it is. If it is magic, just try to get a closer look at it, I think, because we might need something like it.
Perhaps let's get another round of drinks. We'll bring him some road drinks.
Road drinks. Nice.
I don't know. Maybe he has a long walk back.
Yeah, we might not have to stop him. We could probably maybe just walk by him too. Well, actually don't know. I should think it's it's instantaneous, right? That I can.
Well, you
smell
better decide. I
magic
think
and-
he's almost at the door
Yeah,
at
we
this point.
All right, I'm
better go
doing
quick.
it.
Okay.
I'll grab us 4 drinks. I imagine is how many I could probably hold.
Yeah. You grab 4 drinks. And Cornelia.
And I stay behind with Steve. And
Steve.
Puppet is still there.
That's funny. When you look to see where Steve was, the door is swinging and he is gone.
Yikes.
Notice that.
Yeah, did Pup notice
Yeah.
that? Pup
Yeah,
has
notice
pretty
the
a
door is
vapor
swinging.
trail.
high passive. Oh no, I have passive insight, not perception.
Yeah. Steve is
I have a high
made a
passive
hasty
perception.
Vapor trail.
Yeah, more like Thunderbolt, am I right?
Damn.
That's Jason saying that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steve,
like-
where are you headed?
boat quickly,
Okay.
and I am
Steve.
gripping the hell out of my gun. Like my hand is like hurting. I'm gripping it so hard.
Okay. You grip your gun.
Pup.
What are you doing when you get to the boat?
Just gonna sit. Just gonna sit for a minute.
Just rocking.
Pup, should we
No, just
follow?
Nah.
Based off of how did I read him when he called him that? How does he look like he needs some alone time? I have some
I mean, I could see
Yeah.
vapor
Are
trails.
you
coming off
asking?
his
Are you
head.
asking me or are you asking James?
both.
I can answer if you'd like.
Please, by all means.
Angry, but my hands were shaking.
Like in a way where you need a service animal, like an emotional support animal, or you're too angy. Okay, I'll turn to Rezek.
He looked pretty mad.
Yeah, he practically melted my face off when I looked at him. Do we want to?
Should we give him alone time? Should we do like a good cop, bad cop? Should I go threaten him again?
No. Listen, he's a very nice chap. He's very talkative. I think that maybe some talking, some friends talking to him, calming him down might help. Let's not pry though, but let's just see how he's doing.
Okay. What are things that he likes? He likes being
Guns,
Michael.
gambling, money.
Are any shops open still?
Maybe. Want to get something for him, like a little present for him?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good idea. Let's go get a present for him first.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay,
yeah, we'll
so
take
you guys
off in
go
the opposite direction, looking for shops.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay. Hold on to that. Cowwise Cornelia, what exactly are you guys doing?
Well, I was
You've got
Just
4 mugs.
planning on walking by the guy, but I guess we're gonna stop him. And are we stopping this guy?
I bought 4 drinks. I mean, we should give him at least 2, right?
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Tom,
So
right?
you
Old
are you gonna
Tom.
cast you cast your spell?
Yeah, I was gonna do smell magic and just see what was
Okay.
on him.
And
You
I'll
cast
old Tom, hey.
smell magic. This guy instantly smells. But not
All of him?
bad. No, just a small piece of him. He smells like rot and anger and pain. And you also smell a soothing grace coming from that pendant. Gently stroking, like a hand down the back of your head, calming down child, ever present. And that's when you kind of look up to him, and he seems angry and irate, and you see this tug of war back and forth between this anger and this soothing grace. And as that happens, you guys are looking at him. And when he kind of finally realizes you guys are there, he looks up, startled. What are you doing? Why are you following me?
Brought you a drink.
A drink. You think a drink is
Yeah.
gonna fix this? And he tries to swat the drinks out of your hand.
Oh, but I've got a really strong grip.
Yeah, so he just a little bit spills out and he kind of starts stumbling away.
Oh, I
Just
thought you
leave me
might want a
alone.
road beer. Oh,
road beer. And he starts staggering and eventually staggers off the road and falls off into a grassy area, and just kind of starts rolling down this slight hill, sliding on. And he gets to a
Okay.
tree and just kind of sits under the tree and slumps down.
well, that's unexpected. I figured maybe he'd want another drink and we could get this done, but maybe he needs help walking home, actually.
I don't know. Maybe we should just leave him alone. There's like something that's angry inside him, and then the
And,
pendant is.
You guys are talking together, and Tack comes up behind you. Oh God, it's old Tom again. He always does this. I'm sorry, you two, that you have to deal with him and his crazy stories and such.
No, I like the stories, actually. It's charming. And
He seems a little sad and angry. What happened to him?
yeah, you think he needs help getting home, or I mean, he drank a lot. There's at least
Sleeps
20 mugs on
outside.
that table.
Old Tom doesn't have
Oh.
a home.
But it's raining.
He just... Yeah, well... That's what he gets.
What do you do?
Well, what does he do? He brings in nothing. He contributes nothing. He tells stories that scare the little ones and fill our young with crazy ideas of adventure.
Hmm.
It's ludicrous. And then he just drinks all day and all night, always rambling about some madness or crazed notion.
Well, do you not take care of your sick and you're injured? I mean, he's clearly
Sick?
has issues. Yeah,
He's
I mean, mentally.
Clearly got issues.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with that? How am I going to help him with that? We got nothing for that.
Figured maybe just a conversation. Perhaps an arm to lean on as he stumbles down the road. You know, neighborly things. Friendly stuff.
Look, I would die for anyone in Zurroc. If they were truly a member of Zurroc. Old Tom, he's an outsider. He's not part of us. You're not one of us, Tom. You never will be. And Tom starts kind of yelling something back at him. And you see there's some anger there. Something deep-seated that Tack isn't really explaining. And Tack starts getting really heated, starts stomping down the hill towards old Tom. And you see him. He grabs old Tom by his shirt and just lifts him up. And old Tom starts spitting in his face, and they're arguing and yelling. And finally, you see Tack grab him, shake him so hard, and throw him to the ground. And you hear something like a snap.
Oh,
And Cornelia, you're aware, but you see that necklace snap off and fall to the ground. And you see Tack, hand in his eyes. Clearly, he's gone too far. But Kelwise, you and Cornelia, you notice old Tom's body starts to writhe on the ground. Back and forth. Back and forth, almost trembling. His hands grab his face.
Yep.
And he just starts to writhe. And you see Tack look down. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop it. And he gives him a kick to his ribs. And that's when old Tom grabs onto his leg. And you see Tack viciously trying to rip old Tom's hands from him. And you look up, and now old Tom's face covered in these red lines that seem to be beating as it just spreads from his eye deeper and deeper on his face. Old Tom starts to scream, shaking, choking now. As you see Tack reaching out for you guys, trying to scream out, but his throat cut off. And you see old Tom's body start to bloat up like a body filling with water, bigger and bigger and bigger, and this red, deep light starts to fill his eyes until his body explodes. And there's a stillness You hear Tack spit up blood, his whole body covered in wounds, open flesh, his face half gone as his body starts to tremble. Red lines starting to appear on the pieces of him that are left as you see pieces of old Tom's body, his bones speared through Tack as he lies on the ground, just shaking and trembling. What are you two doing?
Well, he already looks like he's completely. Yeah, he's already gone.
Like an
Oh my god.
infection, right? Basically, is that what we're seeing? We're seeing like a very fast moving infection once it was that it exploded on him, or is that just a consequence of the explosion that is what we're seeing on Tack?
Tack's body seems to have red,
Been infected.
that same kind of red infection, I guess, on him. And his body's trembling, but it's not in the same way as old Tom. His body seemed to be moving unnaturally as he just thrashed about. Tack, when you look at him, just seems to be trembling because his body was just punctured, pierced. Some pieces of his arm are just gone and missing in this explosion. Body trembling, probably because of shock at this point.
I'll run up to him and I'll start casting Cure Wound. I'll tell him, okay.
You look down at this guy who's been
Yeah.
just blasted. There's no coherency. It seems his body is just naturally reacting to this massive trauma. It doesn't even seem like he's awake and coherent.
He's not aware. Perfect. Then I'm definitely casting Cure Wounds on him, actually. That's what I wanted to avoid, was him like knowing that magic was being cast on him in this state.
Before he
You cast-
does that, do I still sense any magic on him? Like, do I need sense any new magic, like the rage or the anger or anything in his body now that?
Yeah. There seems to
do.
be an anger lying
the
all
old
around
Tom.
the area, with the exception of a small ring where that angry mist, he had called it the Crimson Madness, seems to be seeping into that pendant just soaking it all away. And you can see that this mist is in the air, and as it settles, it slowly starts to be sucked in, but you notice that whatever has entered into Tack's body has latched on, not just to his physical self, but his spiritual self as well. And Kel, as you run over and you cast Cure Wounds on his body, and those gaping wounds seem to close up. You see bone and flesh start to weave themselves together. He breathes a breath, unconscious. His arm still mostly gone, healed over a giant scar. Big scars all over his face, his chest, and his legs. And his body knits itself together, and you see just very pale except for red beating across the outside of his body. These veins of red.
Wild. I after casting Cure Wounds, I wanted to grab the amulet that had been worn around him. Toss it to Cornelia, who grabs it. And say, go to the tavern, go let them know that he's injured and that he needs help. And I'll stay with him.
Okay, but run away if he starts to get angry and looks like he's gonna explode. I'll be right back.
Got it. Yeah, and I'll just have my shield out in case. Healing in one hand, shield in the other. I've taken my scarf and kind of wrapped it around my face to avoid any sort of like red mist in the area.
Okay. Kelwise, roll me a
Oh, no.
Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Okay. Let's see what.
And then did Pup and I hear this explosion?
On your way to the boat, you did hear a noise far
Okay.
down the road. And before you can kind of figure out what it was, you see Cornelia running back down the street.
I run towards Cornelia immediately. What's going on? What?
Old Tom just exploded.
What?
Oh my god.
I know, and then I think that maybe someone else is sick now, and Kelwise is by them, and I don't want them to explode. We need to go help or do something. I don't know what to do about it, but they're fighting, and this amulet it fell off, and then he was possessed or something. I don't know.
Wait. That's
He's
the
like-
amulet that was on Old Tom?
Yeah, I swear I didn't take it off. The guy
Wait,
ripped it off. I
Wait,
swear.
get it back on him?
Well, he's already exploded. He's dead.
Wait, he's dead?
I mean, yeah.
Have you tried putting it back on him?
But I don't see. There's no parts of him. They're like bones and muscle, and then it just like went through a guy, and then now that guy's infected.
Oh.
But then I think
wait,
he's
wait,
too
wait.
far
He's
gone.
infected?
So yeah, I mean,
We
we
should
can
put it-
try putting it on.
On the other guy.
We can
Yeah.
try, see if it works. I don't want to get
Yes.
close to him.
Here, I'll
Kelwise,
get
throw
close
this
to him.
to me.
Give me
Okay.
the necklace.
Oh, maybe we should give it to Kelwise since he's already close.
I mean, I'll go take it to Cullen. Do you want to go get Steve? Or can you send a message to Steve?
Yes, here you go.
think he went
Here,
back to the boat.
Take the amulet. Oh, he went to the boat. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and Pup and I will run towards Kelwise.
Okay. Kelwise, what did you get?
17?
17. Okay. So you guys run over. You see Kelwise standing, his face covered up. He's got his shield out, and you guys can see a corpse laying on the ground, and then blood, entrails, bone, sinew, muscle, skin fragments just all over the place.
Oh, he exploded.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. He just went up.
Here,
Like a-
can you put this on that guy's neck? And I toss the
Yeah.
Okay.
over.
And I'll grab it and I'll, I guess,
Put
stick
it
it on the
around
guy.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
you stick it on his chest, and immediately you see that red beating. Those lines start to fade towards the amulet and disappear.
Seems to be working.
Good.
I healed him as well as I could. I just don't know.
Exploded.
Yeah. I mean, the other guy exploded. He took the full impact. He was right next to him.
Oh my god. Poor
It
Tack.
was like he went crazy for a moment. I mean, his face turned bright red and cloud of mist.
Well, okay. Things could have gotten worse. Hopefully this can put this on pause. Let's bring this man to someone that could help him. Hopefully they have an infirmary or something. Let's try to find some help.
Yeah, someone help me drag him, I guess, or lift him.
I got it. I'll lift him.
And I just pick him up.
I wrap my face with my yellow scarf. Good
Yeah,
job, guys.
Just be safe. Wrap your faces up just
Okay.
in case. I don't know how this
You guys start
thing travels.
Can you
pulling,
grab my face?
and you guys take Tack into town. His body still, while healed and scarred over, just a ghost of the young man that was maybe 5 minutes ago standing right there, healthy and strong. You pull him into town, and the second someone sees him, a general call goes out. And very quickly, people take him off your hands, everyone's screaming
Be careful!
frantically.
Be careful! Dude, you can't take the necklace off of him, okay?
And they kind of look at you like you're crazy as they pull him away to some kind of area where...
Please. Trust us, that fell off of old Tom and he exploded. And now that could happen to Tack. So please be very careful with that necklace.
Okay. And they all just kind of... It's not like they don't understand. It's just like the intensity of the moment kind of overtakes them as they rush him off. And down the street, you hear someone. Maybe 15 years old. A boy screams, and you turn behind you, and you see a boy takes a rat and throws it off into the field, and the rat, covered in these red lines,
no.
screams and runs back to him, and he stomps on it. And you see this under his boot, and this boy looks, and you can see just above his ankle a small little bite. Stupid rat bit me. And the kid just kind of wipes it off. A little bit of blood trickles down, and he starts to walk back down with the crowds.
All right, you young man, please stay right where you are.
And he looks up at you. What do you want?
So we just saw a man literally explode in front of us, a man literally exploded. You just
What?
touched a rat that had the exact same looking disease, and now it's bitten you. So we need
Disease?
to quarantine
What are you
this young
talking
man.
about? And you say that loud enough that other people look at him, and everyone steps away from this boy, as if he was the plague itself. No, he's crazy. He's an outsider. He doesn't know anything. Come on, a rat with a disease, a plague. Come on. You're crazy.
Well, we don't know for sure, but to be safe, we need to have someone put him somewhere secure and monitor him overnight to make
Somewhere
sure that he does not
secure?
also have the same disease.
Quarantine.
I don't have a
time.
disease.
Yet!
What do you... No, I don't have a disease. And you see this kid starting to freak out, and he's backing away from this crowd.
It's
that's kind
okay. It's more like
back
a
away.
virus. Just go to the hospital.
of virus. What?
Those things heal up. Just gotta
I'm not diseased.
quarantine.
It's just a rat bit me. It was a small rat. It's nothing. It's
A
nothing. No one...
diseased rat.
How do you know it was diseased? It's just a
Because
rat.
it exploded. Rats don't explode.
It exploded because I stepped on it and it smashed it.
When have you ever exploded a rat like that?
It's entirely possible. And everyone starts to look at him. And they look at the rat. And to your credit, pup, he stepped on this rat and you would expect it to just be there. But it literally kind of popped under his foot. And people start looking at him. And this kid starts backing away from all of you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's
What's your
nothing.
name? What's your name, young man? We're just trying to
No,
help you,
I'm
make
fine.
sure you're
There's
okay.
nothing wrong. And the kid
All right. What?
bolts,
Oh
He goes-
gosh.
running off.
Is
down
Cornelia
to the-
around?
Long blocks.
I'll chase him. I'm fast. I'm
Pretty sure I'm
fast.
not around. I was
Okay.
getting-
Roll me an athletics check.
Also, Cornelia, did you send a message to Steve?
I said Steve, but he didn't hear me, so I might be too far away. So I'm just walking
Oh, okay.
slowly.
Athletics.
Mhm.
13 plus 4 is 17.
17. Yeah, so you run and you catch this guy. Easily catch this kid. Oh, you catch up to him. And he's running just through these long blocks of what look like houses, all the same in these long rows. And he's just sprinting as fast as he
Hey.
can. What are you doing?
Can I help you? Please, we just want to help you. I'm
And
not
this
going to
kid-
hurt you. You're more likely to get hurt. No, he is not.
He's not listening. He's just
I'm gonna knock him
sprinting
out.
as fast as he can.
I'm gonna knock him
All
out.
right, roll an attack.
Uh, 17 plus 6. 23.
17 plus 6, 23. All right, so you punch this kid right in the back of the
It
head.
doesn't hit him.
Drops like a stone.
Great.
Just hits the
Um,
ground.
I'm gonna just tie his hands up behind his back and then just carry him back.
Okay. You start carrying him back, and you guys see Pup emerge with this kid tied up. And everyone in the town kind of steps away from you too, Pup. And you
Yeah,
hear murmurs.
That's fair.
Oh, he's touched. They're touching him. They're touching him. Their disease too. They've got it. They've all got it. Look, they're touching him. They're touching him. Get him out of town. And you start to hear a general murmur in the crowd of upset people, freaking out a little bit.
All
Most
right,
people kind
everyone-
Name of the guy who we just sent in that got hurt? I don't remember his name.
Tack.
It was Tom and Tack.
Tack said that this town was family, that everyone here was family. You're just going to cast
yeah,
your
but
family
you're
out?
an outsider. You're an outsider.
But he's not.
He's not. But you are, and you've brought
No, you're-
disease and filth. This town was fine before
That's
you
not-
came.
All right, everyone,
This town
let's
was
calm
fine
down.
before you came. Look, you've
Let's
ruined
talk to the
everything
appropriate
we've had.
leaders of this
is why we don't
society
let
here.
outsiders in. Get out of our town
All right,
immediately. And
just
you start to hear the
take it
crowds
easy.
getting rowdy,
Right.
and people are starting
Kel-wise,
to, like,
we need a
grab.
calming presence, and you're very good at that. Do you mind trying to talk them down here?
No. I think they're probably right. I think maybe we should get going sooner rather than later. Yeah, normally I would
Surprising
want to be
answer.
coming. Yeah, I know, but I think leaving might be a good idea.
Right.
At this
Well,
point, you start to see people grabbing pickaxes and hammers, and such.
Leaving's a good
This
idea.
Crowd's getting a little bit rowdy and freaked out. You just see most of these people seem to be very scared right now.
okay. Right. We'll give you some time to calm down. This young man should stay here. I mean, his family's here. We can't take him with us. Could someone just take care of this young man, please? At least anyone.
And you see a woman
Where are your
come out of
hearts?
the crowd. She rushes up to the kid, and she
Is
grabs
this your
him.
son?
What'd you do to him? What'd you do to him? You demon! She grabs him and holds him close and struggles, pulling him back into the crowd. She's a demon! She's cursed him! She's cursed him! Look at him! And as she drags him back, a whole crowd opens up, and they all look at her. Oh, she's got it now, too. She's got it now, too. We gotta get out of here. We're all gonna
All right.
catch
So let's just ease out of here, guys. Let's just back it up.
Just
Get up.
real nice and easy. When I catch up to Cornelia, maybe send a message to Steve, yes, and the archivist, and say, morning came quicker than we expected, and we have to go.
Oh. Steve, people are exploding and we're gonna leave quickly.
I'm-
And
And,
then
Very
You see
short answer to that.
Small boy, Pup. As you're leaving, it might have just been a glimmer, but that bite wound, blood trickles down unnaturally from this kid's leg, almost as if it was branching out like roots or veins, ever so slightly from that wound. As you guys back down the street, slowly away, and they give you a wide breath as you guys walk
archivist.
back. And you message the archivist,
And
and you hear back, Cornelia. Well, never a dull moment. It shall accompany you soon. I suppose.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
And you guys back down to the dock. And when you get to the dock, Cow-wise, you see a man in a chair who is sleeping. Plumps up. Oh, hello. Back to
Hi.
your ship, I see.
Yep. A little earlier than expected, but yeah.
Well,
yeah,
did you
yeah.
enjoy your time here in Zurroc?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Really? Well, that's strange. Most people find it incredibly boring.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it was boring. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well,
It-
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Do come back, though. Do come
Oh.
back.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You take care of yourself. Hey, maybe stay out of town for a couple days. I don't know. Go camping. I'm not sure.
Camping?
Yeah, go see the sights,
You know, I've
enjoy the
got a-
world.
I've got a bum leg.
Stay,
I used to
stay out
work
of
the mines and one of those shadowed hooks tore me leg.
Wow.
I can't mine no more.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe try sailing or something.
Yeah.
Kite
Huh.
flying.
You know, there's an idea. Don't need legs for sailing. Maybe I'll try that.
Sea legs,
Sea legs.
but
Yes.
no, not real legs. Yeah.
Maybe someday. But at my age, it's hard to start something new. And then he kind of looks up to the town and he sees like torches
Hmm.
and a
I
mob.
might want to consider
and,
starting
like,
something new soon.
What
Anyway,
up?
forget we talked to you. Bye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day. I suppose. And you guys back onto your ship. And it's not more than 10 minutes before the archivist, with just a small pack on his shoulder, comes walking up. Well,
Hi, Archivist.
it turns out, old Tom had more truths than we gave him credit for.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Who'd have ever known?
So
You wouldn't happen to know the cure
sailing-
for Crimson Madness, would you?
Crimson Madness? No. That sounds like a made-up thing by an old
Hmm.
drunkard
All right.
who doesn't explain.
Just checking.
Mm.
But I'm sure we're going to find out, aren't we?
Looks
And
like
we're going
it's
to find
we are.
out on the next episode of -1 Charisma.
Oh my god.
Yay!
We got pitchforks!
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Well,
This is the first time I think this has happened technically.
old Tom just blew things out of proportion. Jeez. Boy.
Old Tom. Always so dramatic.
I feel really bad for that town.
Oh man, that's
It's like literally a zombie
Stupid
outbreak
brat.
starting.
Yeah, no, they
it's
are.
the rage.
Oops.
They're screwed. They are screwed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Who's
everyone
surviving
I
that
stay,
way?
really wanted to
stay
help
arm's
them.
length away from me, please. And
Yeah.
for like the next week. By the way.
We're
Thank you,
putting in
everyone.
the,
For hanging out and watching on this beautiful Monday. We'll be back next Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific, as it says in the card, for a live in-person game? Question mark? Yeah, I think so. That's the 6th, right? Yeah.
That's what we
Okay,
covered.
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
going through
yeah.
my head. We'll be back live in person with some new gear and new stuff. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be sailing off into the middle of nowhere, apparently, to find a hole in
we
the
didn't get the
ocean.
supplies. That might be an issue. We're gonna have to do a lot of
Fine.
fishing.
Fine.
All right,
That fresh water. We're gonna
with
need
that,
a freshwater catch.
we're
Anyway.
gonna take off. Everyone have an amazing weekend. This is a
yeah.
weekend end. Weekend. That's not what I meant. To
Everyone
say.
have an amazing
Really?
week.
Have an
Week.
amazing
Week.
week.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed your day off today. I hope you had a day off today. Some people I
Hmm.
know did, some people didn't. But please, until next week, take care of yourself, take care of each other. We're gonna go. Have an amazing night, and we'll see you next time on -1 Charisma. Good night, everybody.
Bye everyone.
Thanks for hanging out.
Night.